is a presentation of Fox Sports.
Tonight on Fox, in this magical October, there are just 4 survivors, and the Final Four baseball are all aberrations. Not the biggest spenders, not picked to get this far. Welcome to the year of the underdog. Who is the real team of destiny? Or is it destiny? At least someone has this figured out.
No, I don't believe in curses, number one. And number two, the only way to win the streak is to win. We went down there, we won the first one, they won the second one, they came to our house. They won the first one, so if things continue like that, then we'll win the next one, and then we'll win the first one over there again.
Oh, Cinderella, we're waiting. Welcome inside the Fox Network Center. Jeannie Zelasco along with Kevin Kennedy. We have a crystal shoe, and apparently Dusty Baker has a crystal ball. A couple days ago, that made no sense. It's crystal clear now.
You sound a little bit like Yogi Berra.
A whole lot like it.
I'll tell you what, as a major league manager, when you're down 2-1 in your home ballpark, you got to figure out a formula of what works to get yourself the NLCS. Dusty Baker figured it out. He's there for the first time in his career, so give him credit, Dusty.
Absolutely. And when you talk about managers working their magic, you have to take a look at Tony La Russa. Written among other notes and messages on the Cardinals clubhouse bulletin board this week, one simple statement that spoke volumes. Life is tough, but we're tougher. A Cardinals motto that came about the hard way.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
Truer words were never spoken and never hit closer to home for the Cardinals franchise. Whoever said life isn't easy must have been talking about the 2002 Redbirds. The bat that brought the team back to life and into the spotlight exited stage left before one bat was even unpacked in spring. April showers brought a flood of injuries to the pitching staff that was supposed to carry this team to the promised land. 6 starters spent time on the disabled list. Woody Williams and Garrett Stevenson twice. And when they healed, staff ace Matt Morris fell victim to a strained hamstring. Andy Bennis was on a medical rehab assignment, and even he admits, "I thought I was done." Closer Jason Isringhausen was sidelined for pieces of June, August, and September. Along the way, Jim Edmonds and J.D. Drew felt the pain. But injuries were not the worst of it, not even close. June was the end of Jack Buck, the voice, the soul of the city. Days later, Darryl Kyle passed away in his sleep. And even though not many were aware, Tony La Russa had lost his father. The Cardinals found an answer for every hurdle. They still do. The day before the NLDS began, the name Woody Williams had to be erased from the roster. And when you thought this club had taken more than its share of blows, Scott Rowland gone in a Game 2 mishap. Should they be here? Yes, they should.
It is absolutely incredible what they've been able to overcome, but I ask again, should he be here? Scott Rowland, should he be on the championship roster?
Tony La Russa is a smart man. He's been around a long time. He would not shortchange himself if he didn't think Scott Rowland might be ready for Game 3. Look what Scott Rowland has done since he's become a St. Louis Cardinal, particularly this right here, the .571 slugging percentage that really complements the middle of that batting order, particularly the left-handers, Edmonds, Tino Martinez, and of course right-hander Albert Pujols. It's a big lineup when he's in there, 1 through 8. It's really the best in the National League. It's kind of a pick-em series without Scott Rowland, but Tony would not shortchange himself. Now, Scott Rowland's been tracking balls today with Dave McKay. What that means is he doesn't swing the bat. He goes down in the bullpen, looks at breaking balls, looks at fastballs, watches the pitches, keeps his batting eyes sharp so he can react to pitches when he is ready to be activated. I think he'll be ready for Game 3.
Now, the Tigers thinking postseason 2003, they have hired Alan Trammell as their new manager. Still ahead, the Homer Hankies are flying high in Minnesota. From a rumble in the Bronx to a tussle with a tissue. The hanky-panky in the Dome has put the Angels in a hole. Kevin Kennedy explains how they can get out. Coming up next.
Some men are born to be players. Some men are the Mac Daddy.
I'm so glad you finally unblocked my phone number.
Then there's Cedric.
I'm a gay man in a strip club. I really don't care.
Catch the new sketch comedy hit Cedric, returning Wednesday, October 30th on Fox.
A million uses and counting. The 210 horsepower supercharged Nissan Xterra.
For the crew of the USS Tiger Shark, in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, there is something much more to fear.
I don't think we're alone down here.
They always thought the enemy would come from above. Nothing could prepare them
Going down.
for the evil waiting below.
Mr. Loomis, where's our crew?
Rated R, in theaters this Friday.
Introducing Minutes Without Limits, only from AT&T Wireless. Finally, you can call all you want,
Yes, tomorrow, be there.
when you want,
I'll see you Friday night.
to where you want, anywhere across the U.S.
Bill, it's me.
Minutes Without Limits. Unlimited anytime minutes, no long distance or roaming charges, all for $99.99 a month.
Okay, who's got my phone?
Minutes Without Limits. That's M-Life. Hurry in or call and check out the new Nokia phones.
Welcome to Cat Chat. Today, we're having a tea party. My date is Sebastian. Isn't he handsome? This is Princess Mocha. She's a Pisces. She's engaged to Grumpus Von Puffybottom.
Okay, guys, this is how it's going down. I'm introducing these new taquitos. Rolled, seasoned, shredded beef topped with real cheddar cheese. Try them, or I'm going to run Cat Chat on every game this season.
English muffin, milady? Why, thank you, sir.
See you at the drive-thru.
Change up.
You want more than the petty little stuff?
Yeah, I'd like
that. I
that.
really can't help you with.
So, what are we doing?
Oh, crime.
Crime. Good.
Meet the crew of the Starship Serenity. The tough guy is named James.
Do I have your attention?
The hooker is proper.
How's business?
None of yours.
The preacher packs a punch. And the captain is an outlaw.
We're not thieves. But we are thieves.
Out there? Oh, it's out there.
Who are you?
I'm your wife.
How drunk was I last night? Well, I don't know. I passed out.
Only the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer could bring you a future that's this spaced out. Firefly, an all-new episode, Friday, October 18th on Fox.
Welcome back. Missing one Cinderella. If the shoe fits, they will be headed to the World Series. Ramon Ortiz would like to give it a try. Not the pump, the series part. The Angels Game 2 starter has something to say to anyone who believes he was shaken up by the shelling the Yankees handed him in Game 3 of the ALDS. He is happy. No worries now, Kevin?
That little line of yours to loosen him up because he was tight in Game 1. No question about his first game, I should say, against the Yankees. After they got a couple of bases in the first inning, I mean, he started walking guys. He walked 4 and all. He was hitting guys. He ran into Jeter right there. I mean, he was a nervous young guy out there with good stuff. Only went 2+ innings. Therefore, I think Mike Socha will calm him down, get him ready for relaxation tonight. Rick Reed, his pitch is very similar to Joe Mays. 2 seamers on the outside corner, paints. Both sides have played excellent control. Two seamers on the inside corner. He'll flip the curveball behind the count, but when he gets that ball up in the zone, he only throws 87, 88. Look for the long ball. Oakland hit 4 home runs against Rick Reed in his start. Very important for the Angels to win because these two guys in Anaheim, Milton and Racky combined, 10-1, $1.50 earned run average in 12 starts. It's not a must-win tonight for the Angels in a 7-game series, but very, very important because of those two guys I mentioned. They pitched very well in Anaheim. National League matchup, Kurt Reeder did not pitch well in his one start in the postseason, but historically pitches extremely well in St. Louis, 5-0 lifetime. Matt Morris pitches extremely well anytime. This guy's an ace. He has phenomenal stuff. 96 to 97 fastball, one of the best right-handed curveballs you're going to see in Major League Baseball. The question is he going to pitch to Barry Bonds? Tony La Russa kind of challenged him. Is he going to expand the zone? We'll see. I don't think he's going to pitch to Bonds. I think he'll pitch around him. The brackets, let's take a look. Big game right here. Game 1 coming up right after this. And, of course, in Minnesota, the Twins looking to go up 2-0 on the Angels. But, Jeannie, we'll find out. We'll find out about Barry Bonds.
Skipper. La Russa daring Barry to swing the
Little
bat?
psychology right there about those stats. Barry has become a dominant hitter because he'll take a walk, a lot like Mark McGwire used to do. Barry Bonds won't swing a pitch 2 inches outside. That's kind of what Tony's saying. Hey, we're going to go out there. Maybe you need to expand the zone, swing the bat a little bit to help your team win. I don't think Barry will.
Oh, get him to mess with the swing. Okay, I get it. Coming up, the Twins were able to keep the monkey and the ape off their backs for one night, but what about the man they call Little Pedro? Barry Bonds may be the show within the show, but rumor has it there are actually 49 others involved. And these are the arms that will try to stop him. More October Magic coming up.
The questions we take for granted are the ones he'd give anything to know.
I need to report a missing person.
Filled out a Form 3021-B.
I'm the missing person.
Are you saying that you have amnesia but seem to know everything about everything else?
Ask me a question.
How many M&M's coming up?
Plain 60, peanut 25.
First line in Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again?
Do the phone book again.
White or yellow?
Where did you come from exactly?
I don't have the slightest idea.
This fall,
we have a victim killed within the last 24 hours.
one man will use his extraordinary gifts
I reverse encrypted their firewall with a pseudo IP and deconstructed a telnet with a viral protocol.
to solve the crimes no one else can.
Is your husband a vegetarian?
No.
Then this is not your husband.
And unlock the greatest mystery of all.
The more bizarre a thing looks, the simpler the explanation.
Who he is. John Doe, an all-new episode, Friday, October 18th on Fox.
It has to mean something to be a teacher. It's a noble calling. I still believe that.
This is a challenge. Challenges are supposed to excite us.
I can't help her unless she stays in class. Do you even want to stay in school?
Yes.
She claims you called her uneducated.
She was like this irrational, angry animal.
We call them parents.
They're the men and women who change the world.
Society. Tomorrow's world. It starts right here.
One student at a time.
You know, you've kind of inspired a lot of kids here. Leaving your lawyer job to teach, it says to us it's not about money, it's about loving what you do.
The new season of Boston Public, Monday, October 21st on Fox.
I'm Jeannie Zelasco back at the Fox Network Center. They weren't supposed to be here and certainly weren't supposed to do this. The Cinderella Twins look to take a 2-0 lead on the Angels. Game 2 of the ALCS is next on Fox.
They're jam-packed inside the Metrodome in Minneapolis for Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. In Game 1, Minnesota edging Anaheim, a 2-1 final, and they're ready for Game 2 at the Dome tonight. And a pleasant good evening to you. Alongside Steve Lyons, I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome as always to Playoff Baseball on Fox. Joe Mays and Eddie Guardado last night, Steve, able to do something the New York Yankees certainly couldn't do. Slow down this high-octane Anaheim offense.
Well, the Anaheim offense came into this series as the hottest team in the playoffs, and I'm talking about they were smoking the ball.
but they ran into a brilliant pitching performance by Joe Mays last night, and those three guys right there, the middle of the Anaheim lineup, Sam and Anderson and Gloss, sucked up the big 0 for 11. The Angels know that those guys have to be more productive in their lineup if they're going to get out of this series.
Now tonight, Anaheim will give the ball to the young right-hander Ramon Ortiz. He won 15 games during the regular season. So too did Minnesota starter, right-hander Rick Reed.
Well, Ortiz is going to have to settle down a little bit in this start, but Rick Reed is the kind of guy you love to watch pitch. He'll move the ball on both sides of the plate. He has a great changeup. He has pinpoint control, but if he doesn't have that control, he's not the kind of guy that can throw the ball by you. So those 3, 4, 5 hitters that we talked about earlier for the Angels, they will be hammering the ball.
Anaheim scored 31 runs in 4 games. The Yankees, they managed 1 run on 4 hits last night. Game 2 coming up from Minneapolis. You're watching playoff baseball on Fox.
Gehrig's farewell speech. Selfless. Robinson's rookie year. Fearless. Fisk's game winner. Timeless. Our pastime. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball and its most memorable moments.
Enter to win a trip to the baseball championship with Mark McGwire.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Yeah, he's my best friend.
Enter to win a trip to the baseball championship with Mark McGwire. Odds of winning dependent on number of entries. Odds of becoming Mark McGwire's best friend, not as good.
Some say he's still out wandering these hills, looking for his lost head. It's a true story. Okay, time to go to bed.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. By Radio Shack, official sponsor of Major League Baseball, and by MasterCard. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Just about set to go. Game 2 of this American League Championship Series. Minnesota won the opener over Mike Scioscia's Angels. Let's take a look at his starting lineup for Game 2, exactly as it was in Game 1. David Eckstein, the shortstop. Darren Erstad in center field. Tim Salmon in right. Garrett Anderson in left field. The third baseman Troy Gloss. And the DH Brad Fulmer. Scott Spezio down at first. Benji Molina catching. Adam Kennedy's a second baseman. Ramon Ortiz on the mound. And starting at 4, Minnesota. Good numbers during the regular year for Rick Reed.
Well, this guy is a guy that just keeps getting it done. Explored his trade options in spring training. He had the opportunity to demand a trade. That never worked out, and he still ended up with the Twins. Here's the scouting report. This guy is always going to be around the plate. Throws lots of strikes. He likes to run the ball in on lefties and let it tail back out over the in plate. And he's got tons of fortitude. What does that mean? That's a word way bigger than I can understand. I think that means he's got a lot of guts.
Let's take a look at the Minnesota defense behind him. Christian Guzman coming to the air at shortstop last night, allowing Anaheim's only run against Mays. Venkevich sensational over at first. Jones, Hunter, and Kadire in the outfield. Koski on the other corner, and a battery of Reed and A.J. Pierzynski. David Eckstein to begin things. Hit .293 during the regular season. And he looks at strike one, and we are underway. Eckstein 1 of 4 in the game here last night. Had a 1-out single in the third inning, was stranded at third base. Eckstein, like most leadoff men, really sets the tone for his team when this guy gets on base and when he scores runs. That generally adds up to an Angel win. They're 59-17 when he scores 1 run this year. And look at the difference in the Anaheim Angels since claiming Eckstein off waivers from the Boston Red Sox. Right back to Reed. Rick Reed, 37 years old, out of Huntington, West Virginia, retires Eckstein to start the game.
I mean, not too often do you see a replay of a guy bouncing one back to the pitcher, but watch Eckstein. He knows he's going to be out by 50 feet, and he busts his tail all the way down the line. You talked about setting the tone for a ball club. That's what that guy does day in and day out. And that's a ball player.
Now Darren Erstad, a native of Fargo, North Dakota. First pitch swinging, dumps it foul and out of play. Rick Reed this year led Minnesota in wins with 15, led them in starts, led them in innings pitched, and in shutouts. And he has the best control of any pitcher in the major leagues, bar none. Major League Baseball's active leader in fewest walks per 9 innings, less than 2 a game. Throwing strikes here tonight. Darren Erstad, the former #1 pick overall back in '95 out of the University of Nebraska, where he was not only a baseball standout, but the punter for the Nebraska powerhouse football team.
Now, when you talk to people about him being the punter on the team, they say that's the biggest joke of all, because he had a linebacker mentality as the punter.
Puts a charge into this one, right center field. Racing back, Kadire, gone. 1-0 Anaheim. Erstad hitting his first postseason home run.
Tommy, Erstad was working very extensively with Mickey Hatcher before the game about loading up his swing. He was having trouble getting out in front of everything. He was having a little bit of trouble keeping those hands back like that and then loading up the swing and then letting it go. He was pulling everything forward with him. That was a picture-perfect swing right there. He may have figured it out. See that little loading up action with the hands.
We figure to see some long ones in this game tonight. Both these pitchers have had terrific years, but they will give up the home run ball. Ortiz allowed 40 during the season. Reed gave up 32. Fouled into the middle of Pierzynski.
That is a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and we talked about the fact that Rick Reed cannot get away with that in this lineup. Has to hit his spots, has to use both sides of the plate and get guys to swing at pitches that are not strikes.
Tim Salmon takes high and away. 2 balls and a strike. The only runs Reed has given up in the postseason have all come on home runs. He was a loser to Oakland during the division series. Allowed 4 runs and all came via the long ball.
Well, the one thing that he keeps himself out of trouble with is usually when he gives up a home run, it's a solo shot.
We give up back-to-back home runs to begin the ball game, you may remember, here at the Dome. To Ray Durham and Scott Hatteberg, got one outside. The Ray Durham home run and inside the park home run. When a ball got under the glove of Torrey Hunter and rolled to the wall. Salmon 0 for 3 in the series opener. He did draw a walk. Fly ball at Torrey Hunter. 2 away.
We're going to talk about this all night, Tom, and I think it bears repeating again. It's going to be so important for Rick Reed to hit his spots. That pitch to Salmon right there. Salmon jammed himself. Look at where they're set up. That ball not far enough in off the plate, and that ball is going to get hit hard all night if it stays there.
Now Garrett Anderson, he looks at a strike on the outside corner. Steve talked about a moment ago the heart of this Anaheim order. Hitless in game 1 here last night. Anderson 0 for 4. Gloss 0 for 4. Salmon 0 for 3. Bouncer at Luis Rivas. And the inning is over. But not before Anaheim gets its first lead of this American League Championship Series. A solo blast by Darren Erstad.
Fresh beer is just like fresh bread. Beer is a food product, and fresh beer will always taste more drinkable. It'll be lighter, it'll be cleaner, and it'll be the very best beer you can buy. No brewer will argue that fresh beer is better beer. If you can get the freshest beer possible, you're going to get the very best beer possible.
I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret? You're a man of few words. I like that.
Got $1? You're in luck, because you can get a delicious beefy big and tasty or a McChicken sandwich for just $1 every day at McDonald's.
Together, Grimace, we could own this town.
So, you sure?
Oh, I'm sure. A new baby with 2 teenage boys. This should be fun.
So, when he starts college, we'll be...
60. No, honey, this isn't a joke.
Last year, one series rewrote every rule of television suspense.
Who are you working for?
This season, 24 will break them completely.
This cannot leak out to the public.
No! Are you out of your mind?
You need to get out of Los Angeles now.
Kiefer Sutherland, 24, the season premiere. Presented without commercial interruption by Ford. No boundaries. Tuesday, October 29th on Fox.
Ron Gardenhire and the Minnesota Twins leading this series 1-0. They trail 1-0 after a half inning tonight. Jock Jones in left, Christian Guzman the shortstop, Corey Koski at third. David Ortiz at DH, Torrey Hunter in center, Doug Minkiewicz at first. Michael Kadire, the right fielder. A.J. Pierninski behind the plate. And Luis Rivas, the second baseman, against 15-game winner Ramon Ortiz. Ball 1 to Jock Jones.
Some outstanding numbers during the season for Ramon Ortiz. He uses his emotions to get himself going, but sometimes they also get the best of him. Quick scouting record has to pitch, a scouting report on him. He's got to pitch ahead in the count. If he gets behind, that fastball is a lot easier to hit. He's got great movement on that fastball when he can stay ahead. Not afraid to challenge anybody.
And there you see a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He throws right by Jock Jones. Jones only 5 of 24 during the postseason. 2-2. And it bears repeating. You talk about challenging guys. Ortiz allowed 40 home runs this year. 32 of the 40 solo. In fact, back in May, when these same two teams, same two pitchers locked up, Jock Jones led off the ball game with a home run off Ortiz. Still 3-2. The 15 wins, the most by an Angels right-hander since Kirk McCaskill and Bert Blyleven back in 1989. And Ortiz ended the regular season on a roll, 4-0 in September. Hit hard into right, Salmon going to get it. Good play by Tim Salmon, one away. Now Christian Guzman, the shortstop, 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch in a series opener last night. 7 of 24 during the postseason. The division series when Minnesota beat Oakland 3-2, and game 1 here, the league championship series last night. Strike 1.
One of the things about Ramon Ortiz when he does get in trouble is the fact that his windup is so deliberate and very easy to pick the ball up from.
Sounded like a broken bat roller. Down to Spezio, and he'll beat Guzman to the bag. 2 away. Right now it's a Budweiser game break time. Let's go to Jeannie Zelasco at our Fox Network Center.
And now Barry Bonds is the Cardinals' problem. They intentionally walked him. Next batter, Benito Santiago chops an infield hit. That would score Kenny Lofton, and the Giants on the board first. Top one, 1-0.
San Francisco going 5 games to come back from a 2-1 deficit to beat Atlanta. And of course the Cardinals sweeping the defending world champion Arizona Diamondbacks in 3. 2 away for Corey Koski, ball 1. Koski, a good start to this series last night. 2 of 4, had a double, knocked in a run. 1-1. Ortiz really struggled. In fact, couldn't get out of the 3rd inning his first postseason start against the Yankees. That's when he put Anaheim in a 6-1 hole, and the Angels rallied to win game 3. What a huge win that was. Looked like New York would go up 2-1 with that early lead. Mike Messina on the mound, and Messina got hurt. Had to leave the game early with a groin injury. And then those red-hot Angel hitters rallied to win it. There's ball 4 to Costa.
That's what Mike Scioscia is concerned about. He can be wild within the strike zone. And sometimes that's a good thing, especially playing against a very aggressive team like the Twins are. But you have to be able to get ahead and then spot your wildness. Sometimes when you're wild within the strike zone, that's a good thing because the hitters can never really sit on anything. They can never zero in on where you're headed. Sometimes you don't have your best stuff, and it ends up being your biggest advantage that day. But you have to be able to get it somewhere in the strike zone where the umpire can at least call strikes if guys aren't swinging at pitches.
The DH David Ortiz, 1 of 3 in the game here last night. Hit 20 home runs, knocked in 75 during the regular season. Fastball, strike 1. A lot of people have compared Ortiz due to his stature and his live moving fastball with Pedro Martinez. As it turns out, Pedro Martinez is Ramon Ortiz's item.
Probably say that about a lot of guys, huh?
Ortiz, a native of the Dominican Republic. They found out over the wintertime that he was 3 years older than previously reported. They thought he was 26. He's really 29. Bouncing ball to the right side. Easy over there for Kennedy, and the inning is over. A much better start tonight for Ramon Ortiz than his first postseason start against the Yankees. End of 1-0 Angels.
Radio Shack is the place people go for specialty batteries for all kinds of things. Choose from over 1,000 batteries. Radio Shack has more power. Radio Shack.
I'm going out. All right.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, she keeps tabs on me 24/7. When I'm my brother's age and old enough to do stuff like smoke pot, will she even be paying attention? Hey, just because you can walk doesn't mean you don't want your mom and dad to ask you where you're going.
Whose parents are going to be there?
Jesse's.
Did you leave the number?
Yes.
Fine, she cares. Hey, can a baby get some attention around here?
Talk, no. Ask. Parents, the anti-drug.
Turn to page 94 in the middle of the book. Look at the numbers for Lat M.
Hello?
We will get into that in the second hour.
The network's down. I have to go.
I wouldn't want her job.
How long you figure this excuse is good for?
Let's hope till we get to Maui.
IBM and Linux make your network practically bulletproof. Everybody should know that.
Got the long weekend. We're leaving early.
This is good.
A little luck. We'll be there by noon. Latest. Thanks. Ooh, back seat. We'll be the only car on the road. You ready?
Let's go.
This is gonna be great.
These MLB Authentic Collection team jackets will head to the playoffs to grace the shoulders of their favorite players and share in the glory that is October. The others will grace the shoulders of Roy's and Bob's and Steve's and share in the glory that is a hot dog and a cold one. Get your MLB Authentic Collection team jacket from the Major League Baseball Clubhouse store for just $119. Call 1-866-MLB-GAME. Call now, 1-866-MLB-GAME.
An evil scientist fuses man with beast.
All you can do is eat and sleep and mate and roll around in your own filth. Where do I sign up?
It's an all-new Simpsons Halloween special, Sunday, November 3rd on Fox.
Ooh, that's nice.
43-year-old Upper Darby, Pennsylvania native Mike Scioscia, an outstanding playing career, a two-time World Series champion with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and a two-time All-Star. A lot of people remember Scioscia and his rugged play behind the plate, always blocking the plate, and perhaps more than any other thing, that's what he's known for. Although I think it's kind of shortchanging his career because he had a real good career.
He was a real good catcher behind the plate, and nobody blocked the plate better than he did, and that's why that part of it continually gets reminded to him, and I think he gets a headache every time it happens because he got brutalized back there.
Troy Gloss, a big swing and a miss, 0-2. Lost a tough start to this series here last night. 0 for 4, struck out twice, including the final pitch of the game. A pitch he thought was ball 4. One and 2.
Talked to him today, and he said he admitted that that pitch was a strike after he saw it again. He said he saw that it was a slider. He thought it was going to break down out of the strike zone, and then it just flattened out a little bit, stayed there, and it was a nasty pitch.
Shot into right field. A base hit by Gloss to begin the Anaheim second inning. Let's go back to some of those collisions at the plate for Mike Scioscia.
He was just so willing to put his nose right back in there on the plate and let guys run him over, anything to block the plate, and this almost hurts you just watching.
Especially this next one, Jack Clark.
Oh. Of course, Jack Clark now the hitting instructor for the Dodgers. Scioscia, a member of the Dodgers, both as a player and a manager and coach for a number of years before he took the Angel job.
Many remember Scioscia's two-run game-tying home run off Doc Gooden in Game 4 of that 1988 National League Championship Series. That went into right center field. It'll fall a base hit. Gloss on his way to third. They're going to hold him there, throw into second, and it gets through the cutoff man, but Rivas able to knock it down after a double by Brad Fulmer, and here come the Angels in Game 2 and inning 2.
Now this is where we're starting to talk about the aggressive base running on both clubs. Look at this ball, just barely in right center field, not really in the gap, not necessarily a double, but Fulmer doesn't even think about stopping at first base. Busting out of the box, he's looking at it saying, I have a chance for 2 right now. That's hustle. Mike Socha says the best way to manufacture runs is not to bunt guys over, it's to be aggressive and always think about taking the extra base before you have to waste an out by bunting the guy over with the next guy.
Scott Spiezio with runners at second and third and nobody out. The Angels during the regular season as a team hit .290 with runners in scoring position. And Spiezio right at the top of the list on this club. He hit .336 in those situations.
I think that's the biggest difference in Scott Spiezio's career this year. Being such a clutch hitter, getting the opportunity with men on and coming through big time.
In the air down the right field line, a long run for Kadire. It will fall in, a base hit, and then bounces over his head. Gloss scores. They're going to hold Fulmer at third on a bloop double down the right field line by Spiezio. It's 2-0 Anaheim.
Right, this is a ball right here where I think a mistake is made by Fulmer on second base. Fulmer's on second base. Gloss on third would tag here in case the ball's caught, but if the ball is caught by Kadire, Fulmer can't go anywhere, so you might as well be halfway. If that ball bounces in like it did, as soon as this ball hits the turf, it's going to bounce a mile high. You should score on this play from second base. No question.
A leadoff single by Gloss. He scored on a double by Spiezio. They're at second and third. Still nobody out. 2-0 Angels. And Benji Molina pops it up again in the short right. This could be trouble. Kadire coming in to get it and staying put at third. Brad Fulmer.
Tommy, here's what we're talking about. You see Fulmer going back to tag. Why tag? If Kadire catches the ball, you have no chance of going to third base anyway. Be halfway in case it drops, and that way you score on the play.
Well, he's still standing there after the pop-up into short right field by Molina. And that'll bring Adam Kennedy to the plate with one away. Anaheim already with as many hits through the first inning and a third tonight as they had over 9 innings last night. Ball one away to Adam Kennedy. Kennedy, a solid season. Led the Angels in batting average at .312, 7 homers, 52 runs batted in, and has had an outstanding postseason. 5 hits and 11 at bats.
We're beginning to see the elements of the Metrodome that the Twins usually make work for them when they play their home games. We talked about the bouncy turf and the fact that it's a fast turf. Fulmer taking second on a ball that seemingly was just a base hit into right center field. And then that ball in right field that Spiezio hit, Kadire had to back off of. If it's grass, he might be more aggressive and dive for that baseball. But he was worried about the ball bouncing over his head, and it did anyway.
Kennedy thought about it. Lee trying to get him to chase the pitch up. He takes 2 balls and a strike. Kennedy, the former St. Louis Cardinal minor league player of the year, came over in the Jim Edmonds trade 2 years ago. And you see in that 9-hole, the Angels got lots of production, and most of the time it was Kennedy in that slot. Nubber back to the mound, and they have the runner caught. Pierzynski will tag out Fulmer for the second out of the inning. So Fulmer doesn't score on the bloop double to right by Spiezio. Now he's cut down. Let's see if it comes back to hurt him later in the game.
Nice play getting off the mound there by Reed. Pierzynski does the right thing here because third base is now occupied. So he's just going to run Fulmer all the way back. Pierzynski has the reputation of being kind of a hard-nosed, possibly dirty kind of guy. Watch him put the tag in the middle of his back and then push him down the line a little bit. Fulmer might be the wrong guy to be messing with, because we already stated the fact that he's got arms bigger than your legs.
And we said it last night. That doesn't necessarily say much. Kennedy unhappy, unable to get the runner in from third. Now they're on the corners for David Eckstein. He bounced to the mound, leading off the game. Breaking ball, a good one from Reed. Reed can get out of this inning, allowing just one run. He'll feel pretty good about things.
No question. Kennedy's the kind of guy that when he makes an apparent mistake like that by not driving anybody in, but he ends up on first base anyway, tries to steal second.
0-2 on David Eckstein. Kennedy stole 17 bases during the regular season in 21 attempts. Still 0-2. And Eckstein can do this to you all day and all night.
Talk about classic leadoff hitters. Maybe Eckstein doesn't possess the great speed that a lot of guys do. He stole 21 bases this season. Was thrown out 13 times. A lot of those on the back end of a double steal or a hit and run. But he will pester you to death. And if you're a leadoff hitter and people are calling you a pest, that's a compliment.
Chopped down to third baseline this time. Everybody likes to think of Eckstein as this overachiever, and he's done this and he's done that, and all of those things are true. But when you start digging inside the numbers of the kind of year this guy had, to think there was only one other American League leadoff hitter with more RBIs than David Eckstein. He drove in 63 runs.
On-base percentage of over 360, and a lot of those RBIs had a lot to do with Adam Kennedy.
And now they have Kennedy caught. Mankiewicz will now come to the plate. The throw there, and the runner is safe as the ball gets away. And on to third goes Kennedy. It looked like Mankiewicz, the Gold Glove winning first baseman, waited too long to come to the plate. And it's 3-0 Anaheim.
I think Mankiewicz had a little bit of trouble setting his feet. He sees what's happening. Now he wants to make sure he just makes a good throw. It gets there in time, but Spezio's back leg is what knocks the ball out of Pierzynski's glove. He had him picked off on the great first to third to first move that never works. Watch the back leg of Spezio. That's the one that knocks the ball out of Pierzynski's glove. He's got it blocked off. Spezio decides not to slide. Wow.
And they give the air on Pierzynski. Eckstein again stays alive by fouling it off.
Take a look at it one more time. He got the plate blocked off. He comes in with the tag, and then that back leg, the force of the knee hitting the glove. I'll tell you what, you're supposed to hang on to the ball, but it would be awfully difficult to do it in that situation right there. It almost looked like he ripped his hand off.
And the point being, you saw in that replay, Steve, it looked like Spezio beat the throw anyway. I mean, his foot appeared to come down on the plate. And there's a little bleeder in the right field that'll bring in another run. So Eckstein fought off 4 pitches after falling behind 0-2 and dumps one in for a run-scoring single. 4-0 Angels.
That is his game, too. Check it out one more, Tommy. This is what you're talking about, Tom. That's pretty darn close. Almost looked like that front foot hit the plate before he was tagged on his back knee.
I guess the point is, though, Steve, I was getting at is that the ball should never be arriving that late in a rundown play anyway. You know the guy's coming home.
Yeah, Minkiewicz ran him too far towards second base before he collected himself and came home with it.
So it looked like Reed had a chance to get out of this inning. After 3 straight hits, a run was already home. Runners at second and third, got a couple of outs. And then they had yet another out when Kennedy fell down, breaking for second base. And since then, 2 runs scored.
You mentioned that Adam Kennedy was the player of the year in the St. Louis organization in the minor leagues. Some guys, and I'm not saying that he did it on purpose, but some guys are smart enough to, when they get into a situation like that where they're dead, picked off, you'll notice Kennedy acted like he slipped and fell down. Sometimes that takes the defensive player out of his game. He sees the guy fall down. He says, oh, I'm going to get him out. Now he starts chasing him and forgets what else is going around. Forgets that there's a guy on third base and that someone else might be trying to score. Kennedy may have possummed him into it.
Line into left field. Jones will get to it, but not before. Anaheim pushes across 3 in the inning, and after an inning and a half has a 4-run lead.
Old Navy painter's pants are one of a kind.
A better price you'd be hard-pressed to find.
Quality construction, that's our guarantee.
Old Navy painters.
You're the pants for me.
The price
is nice.
He'll wear
this pair.
Wow, they're just $15 to $20 for men and boys.
Old Navy, we are there.
Now through Monday at Zales, we're having a diamond sale with savings up to 60% and more throughout the store. Like this 7-carat bracelet, just $7.99, our lowest price ever. Quantities are limited at Zales, the diamond store.
You call the transporter when it absolutely, definitely has to get there. Alive. In 2 days, get the door. It's the transporter, rated PG-13.
How's it going back there?
He doesn't look too good.
Right or left?
Right. Look at me. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Here we go.
Why can't we just have a cat?
Seafood, hurry up. I'm hungry.
You are not going to believe what I'm looking at.
Got any gummy bears?
Whatever on the shelf there, Chief.
Can't even tell you.
You don't have to tell her. You can show her. It's PCS Vision from Sprint. They built the largest all PCS enhanced nationwide network. So now your phone can do more than ever.
And I can send it to her. That's unreal.
That'd be my word for it.
Introducing PCS Vision from Sprint. Clearly, a whole new way to look at wireless.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Sprint, introducing PCS Vision, clearly a whole new way to look at wireless. By Old Navy's Painter Pants, the handyman's classic. And by the Transporter, Friday only in theaters.
Tommy, here's the rundown play we're talking about. There is Kennedy right there. Watch, he will not slip on purpose, but Minkiewicz thinks I got a great chance of running him down now. Chases him too far towards second base and then can't get the ball back to home plate in time.
A big start for Anaheim, leading 4-0. Minnesota batting in the bottom of the second against Ramon Ortiz. And Torrey Hunter ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Hunter 1 of 3 last night, a double. Laid down a sacrifice, scored a run. Ortiz had a long wait sitting over in that Anaheim dugout in the 3-run top half of this inning.
And the only reason you want to have a long wait in the dugout is if your team's scoring a few runs for you. Makes it a little easier to sit there.
3-0 fastball. Hunter takes right down the gut, a strike. 3-1 to Torrey Hunter. Ortiz not the kind of guy to fool around much out there on the mound. Now, granted, his pace will slow things down should someone get on. But when he's in a good rhythm, and you can tell he feels a lot better early in the game tonight than to start against the Yankees in the division series. In the air, right center field. Salmon coming over near the wall. He's got it.
Tim Salmon has been outstanding in right field. He's already, in these first 2 ball games, has had a couple tough chances out there and one of the toughest outfields to play, and he's been flawless.
Doug Minkiewicz, 0 for 3, drew a walk here last night. A pair of home runs so far in the postseason, after hitting only 10 during the regular year.
Doug told me that he likes to use his first at bat to try to see every pitch that the pitcher has. He said it's not even important to get a hit his first at bat. He said, yeah, if there's guys on, then I want to try to get a hit. But it's a lot less important for me to hit a meaningless single early in the game and not have seen the pitches, because when I come up in the 7th and I got 2 guys on and I need a hit, I want to know everything that that guy can do to me, which is an excellent way to approach the game. And he hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder yet.
2-1 on Minkiewicz. A little low, 3 balls and a strike.
I want to quickly go back to that rundown play one more time, just for the purposes of education. Normally, you'd like to make 1 throw on a rundown and get a guy out. But in that situation with a guy on third, throw the ball to your shortstop who's covering the second base. He's your best athlete, he's got your best arm, and he's running the guy back to first base and has a much easier throw back to home as well. Minkiewicz had to stop, turn around, and throw the ball back. Get the ball in the hands of your best athlete, and that's the shortstop.
3-2. In the air and towards the seats. It's out of play. Minkiewicz reminds some of longtime National League first baseman Mark Grace. In fact, that's the way Minkiewicz patterns his game. Both Gold Glove winning defenders. Minkiewicz a little more power, Grace a better average. Grounded down to first. Spezio will gobble it up. 2 away. Right now, for a Budweiser game break, here's Jeannie Zalesko from our Fox Network Center.
Tom, St. Louis, Kenny Lofton on the move after a stolen base. Rich Aurelia says wants to come on home. Fernando Vini at second base for a pickoff move. RBI single Aurelia. Lofton has scored both runs for San Francisco. 2-zip top 2.
The Giants, of course, a wild card winner in the National League, in the hotly competitive National League's Western Division, much like Anaheim here. Very tough division. Qualified as the wild card, and both wild cards playing in a league championship series. 0-1 to Michael Kadire.
The Giants clearly playing their best baseball over the last month of the season.
On the outside edge, 0-2. Steve, would you agree? I think you hear a lot of people talk. Any of these 4 teams could win the World Series.
No question about it. Especially this year's been much more competitive.
In the hole at short, Eckstein. Not a real strong arm. And Kadire runs pretty well. That'll be an infield hit.
People talk about David Eckstein, and they'll talk about that nothing he does looks pretty. He always gets it done. And then someone will say, well, heck, he didn't make that play. Didn't make the great play. Well, watch where he fields this ball. You're not expecting anybody to make that play right there. He's on the backside of Troy Gloss. It's a long way to go, and then try to turn around and throw somebody out. You make that play, your name's Ozzie Smith, Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to the Wizard of Oz being inducted this summer. 4-0 Anaheim lead. 1-on-2 out. Pierzynski the batter. Check swing and a miss. 0-1. AJ hit 300 during the regular year. 6 home runs, 49 batted in. Has had a good solid postseason as well. 7 of 18 with a home run and 5 driven in. Foul. Not by much. And Ortiz in front. 0-2.
Both second basemen on this fast turf really taking advantage of how fast the turf is. You see where Adam Kennedy is playing. Yeah, he's out there at the 20-yard line for the football game. We saw Rivas take a hit away from Garrett Anderson, diving into short right field to take it away from him.
In the dirt, swung on and missed. Strike 3. First of the game for Ortiz. 1 hit, 1 left. End of 2. Anaheim in front here in game 2. 4-0.
Your doctor probably never sees you when you feel like this. This is usually who your doctor sees. That deeply depressed you who barely dragged yourself in for treatment. That's why so many people with bipolar disorder are being treated for depression and not getting any better. Because depression is only half the story. That fast-talking, energetic, quick-tempered, overdoing it up all night you probably never shows up in the doctor's office, right? Log on to bipolarawareness.com, sponsored by Lilly, on WebMD, the place for healthcare answers. Take the test you can take to your doctor. It can change your life. Let your doctor in on it. In order to make a correct diagnosis, your doctor has to know about your ups as well as your downs. Getting a correct diagnosis is the first step in treating bipolar disorder. Help your doctor help you.
Breaking news from Midas. Right now, get guaranteed lifetime brake pads or shoes for just $39.95, and you'll never have to buy brakes again for as long as you own your car. Next stop, Midas. Lifetime brakes, $39.95, only at Midas.
Empty. Maybe some other soda, but this here is new Red Fusion from Dr. Pepper. It's like oxygen on Mars. You don't waste this stuff. You think I'm playing? Try it. We'll see who's playing. Red Fusion. Who's your soda?
Time of year when the highly conditioned athlete prepares for battle.
I'm so full of bacon, my body's meant for shaking. And when I start to wiggle, my nipples, they will jiggle.
Once again, I have to be embarrassed for the both of us.
Yep. Catch the premiere of Malcolm at its new time, Sunday, November 3rd at 9 on Fox.
This year, Ron Gardenhire became the first Twins manager to take a team to the postseason in his first full year at the helm since TK, Tom Kelly, did so back in 1987. It's a man he replaced. Tom Kelly.
Oh, what a job he did for this organization for the years that he was here. Suffered through some tough campaigns and continued to teach. Still does. Still a big part of this organization. There he is. Comes out and throws batting practice to this team occasionally.
Took over September 11th, 1986, and was here as a manager 15 years. That breaking ball low to Tim Salmon, who leads off the Anaheim third. There might be something to this changing managers thing for the Minnesota Twins organization, because a manager at the helm in the first year has done real well. Fly ball in the air. Kadire a late break, but runs it down. Right now for a Budweiser game break again, here's Jeannie Zalasko.
Tony La Russa was daring Barry Bonds to swing the bat. He obliges with 2 out. Bonds sends 2 runs home and ends up with a triple. 9 Giants came to the plate in the second inning. 4 runs with 2 outs. It was 5-0 Giants, bottom 2.
Not hearing much about Barry Bonds' postseason troubles so far this year.
No, you're not. That's because he's the best player in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Want to know to Garrett Anderson. Finishing up that thought about a Twins manager taking over a ball club. Of the Twins' 6 postseason appearances, 4 of them had come in the first season under a new manager. 69, Billy Martin. 70, Bill Rigney. The first full year for Kelly, we mentioned 87, and now Gardenhire this year.
Yeah, that's all well and good for this organization, but don't say that to Gardenhire next year. Or instead of a Gardenhire, they might have a different hire.
Yeah, that's right. Garrett Anderson. There's a fly ball into center field. Should be out number 2, and it is. Gardenhire came up through the New York Mets organization. Spent time with the big league club 81 to 85. Traded to the Twins organization in 86.
Look at that.
Way back at Shea.
You got that right. Watch him playing some D, too. Little shortstop. Skinny little shortstop. Go get it, Ronnie. That's a beautiful action. Now, I want you to look at that picture right there. And now look at him here. He's doing steroids. There's no question. Look how much bigger he is. He's not a fat guy either. I mean, just, you know.
2 down. Nobody on. First pitch swinging. Troy Glass down a strike.
He's juicing up to sit down at the end of that bench. That's what amazes me about some of the talk about guys doing steroids. You know, when I signed my, there he is as a shortstop playing in a Mets organization, just a skinny little guy. Now look at him, solid, strong.
Looks like a Minnesota man.
I'm telling you, man, when I signed my first contract, I was $180. I'm 220 now. Everyone gets bigger. Especially after you're not 22 years old anymore.
Well, that gravity seems to pull at you a little harder as the years go by.
Yeah, so does the fillets. Some mashed potatoes.
0-2 on Gloss. Breaking ball, and he doesn't chase it. A ball and 2 strikes. Gloss started a 3-run second inning with a single into right field.
Yeah, you look at a kid like Troy Gloss, still a youngster. I mean, he's 35 years old. He's probably going to be 25 pounds heavier, which then he's going to be like too big to be a man.
He's only 26. See, now Eckstein's 27. He's still got some growing to do.
Yeah, he does. He's got a lot of growing to do. He's going to catch up with Gloss.
2-2 to Troy Gloss. 2 down, nobody on. And a ground ball to shortstop. Good solid 3rd inning for Rick Reed. That throw in the dirt by Guzman, and then Kavich pulls it out of there. We go to the bottom of the inning. Anaheim leading 4-0.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Hey, little M&Ms. Wow, great costumes. What are you guys, like 4 or 5?
46.
All right, yeah, okay. Here you go.
You don't understand, Slick. We're here for the party.
Yeah, that's cute.
Put your hand down.
Well, you killed it.
I didn't mean to.
Guess you didn't mean to use that cheapo antifreeze either, huh?
I just thought...
No, you didn't. Because if you had, you would have thought about the exclusive Prestone dual action formula. You were just thinking about all those pennies you were going to save, which you can now use to call a tow truck. It's called Prestone season for a reason.
Can you put the top up?
You want to ride in the tow truck?
So how's it coming?
Good. This one looks pretty exotic.
Cool.
Mosquito nets. What was that? Maybe not that exotic.
Great.
Everything you need to choose the hotel that's right for you.
Expedia.
October's magical matchups continue. The mystique of Favre, the magic of Brady. A potent Packer offense takes aim at the defending champion Patriots. October's magical matchups this week on Fox.
4-0 Anaheim as Minnesota bats in the bottom of the third inning. But a change made in right field. Tim Salmon leaving the game in favor of Orlando Palmeiro. Ortiz throws that one back to the screen.
I'll take a look at Salmon's last at bat. And down the line, I don't know if he's limping or lumbering, but it looks a little bit like a limp. Might have twisted an ankle, pulled a groin. We'll get the report.
As soon as we know, you'll know at home.
Definitely looks like he's favoring one side there.
Bullet into center field, a base hit by Luis Rivas to open the Minnesota third. You know, we talked so much last night, and rightfully so, about the great performance turned in by Joe Mays and in the ninth inning closing by Eddie Guardado. But let's not forget, Anaheim pitching limited Minnesota to just 2 runs on only 5 base hits. And all 5 hits came in the front 5 innings against Kevin Appier.
Appier threw some nasty pitches up there. Looked like he went through one short period where he struggled a little bit with his release point. For the most part, as you see Appier on the right, he dominated almost as well.
Jock Jones takes up an in-ball 1. Jones hit 27 home runs during the regular season. Rivas can really run. He missed a couple of months of the season this year after stealing 31 bases a season ago. Fouled away, a ball and a strike on Jock Jones.
I don't think just because this Twins team is down 4-0 that they won't be run. Rivas, the best opportunity to steal bases on this team. It's early in the ball game. This team feels like sometimes, even when they make a mistake, if it wows the bench, it gets them going. Gardner talked about that fact in the A's series. There were a couple outs made that pumped up the rest of the dugout and got the team going.
Runner started and stopped on a pitch up to Molina. Rivas remains at first base, 2-1 on Jones.
They talk about the explosiveness of the fastball. Look at this one. Molina can't even get his glove on it. Ortiz can throw a live fastball up there. It's not a lot of fun for a catcher when the guy has so much movement on his fastball that you, as the guy catching it's not even sure how much you're going to get.
2-1, runner not going, swung on and missed, even a count.
Good time to go now.
Rivas a big lead. We talked about it last night, a couple of feet on the artificial surface by the time he's through taking that lead.
Way out there.
2-2 to Jock Jones. The first of throw sending Rivas to the bag.
Ortiz did his best work this season with runners on base. He had the 6th lowest batting average against in these situations. At 2:15, and they pick him up.
It's always good if a pitcher has a couple different moves to first base. Ortiz the last time came set and then threw. This time he came set very quickly and then threw over to first base. Rivas didn't have a chance to get back. Nice tag applied by Scott Spezio at first.
2-2 swung on and popped up out of play by Jones. We'll do it again.
Watch the tag. Spezio slaps right down to the back part of the base as quickly as he can get it there. Show the ball to the umpire, get him out of there. Ortiz knew it.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 goes Jones. Second strikeout of the game for Ortiz.
One more time. You know, I don't know that I know of another player that's developed a reputation as a Gold Glove caliber player, switching positions as Spezio has done. He began his career, great angle right there of Spezio just nipping Rivas at first base. Began his career as a third baseman, then went to second base, and he's only played first base parts of 3 different seasons.
Long run for Garrett Anderson in foul territory. He can't catch up with it.
And they're talking about Spezio as one of the best in the game now playing first base, and it's universal. Everywhere you go, it talks about the job that he's done over there defensively. And this is a guy that's not a first baseman, or hadn't been.
Well, he committed 5 errors all year long in 153 games. Tapper, gloss, do or die play, got caught in between hops, and that'll be an infield hit for Guzman.
Tommy, you know, a lot of people would say that was a ball hit off the end of the bat. He was trying to hit it like that. Look at that. He got way out in front, dragged the bat head through the zone, and just tried to tap it to the left side of the field. It was like a swinging bunt. You gotta have a lot of confidence in yourself to try something like that. It's amazing.
Inning continues for Corey Koski. Walked his first time up.
I know a lot of guys in the big leagues that hit them like that all the time, but they're really trying to hit the ball hard.
You might have had 1 or 2 like that.
1 or 200.
One on, 2 out. Anaheim leading 4-0, and a fastball sails high. The number I was mentioning a moment ago, with runners on base. Ortiz among the best pitchers in the league.
Well, it helps when you get on base and then he picks you off too. That kind of keeps the averages down. Oh, what I've been really impressed with him so far tonight is the confidence level that he's shown in this ball game as opposed to the game that he threw against the Yankees. He is getting the ball and wants to throw it as quickly as he can again. That really helps your defense.
Throw down to first by the catcher Molina as the count goes to 2-1 on Koski. It is staggering to think as you see the pitch count for Ortiz. I mean, how good is this guy's stuff? 52 of the 97 runs he allowed this year came on home runs. If he can find a way to cut that home run total, say in half, or maybe by a third, I mean, you're talking about a guy capable perhaps of being in the top 3, 4, 5 in ERA.
He's got that kind of stuff. He's still a young kid, even though they added a bunch of years to his age. He gained 3 years of experience in the offseason.
Told you he was 4-0 in September. In fact, won his last 6 decisions over 9 starts. On the ground, what a play by Spezio. You were just talking about him. Wow. Many believe he has a chance to win a Gold Glove.
Picking and grinning down there.
You were bored, so you thought you'd try some kung fu. Here, it's PCS Vision from Sprint. Lots of popular games on the largest all PCS enhanced nationwide network. So now your phone can do more than ever.
Want to play?
Give me a minute.
Introducing PCS Vision from Sprint. Clearly, a whole new way to look at wireless.
Just because a toothbrush is electric doesn't mean it works like a Sonicare. It has patented Sonic technology. Whiter, healthier teeth in 28 days, guaranteed. Ask your dental professional about Sonicare.
He's the most chilling screen villain of all time. Don't miss his final chapter. The movie Time magazine calls brilliant. Red Dragon. Rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
I'm a food truck man. That's all I drive. I ain't got no boundaries. I don't compromise. I'd rather walk 10 miles and beat down on my luck than ride around a block in another kind of pickup truck. If you see me on the highway in a left-hand lane, lost on a back road in a driving rain, up past the timberline where the ride gets rough, ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built for tough.
Hiya, honey.
What are you doing here?
I'm taking time for me.
Shouldn't you be at the office?
No, I'm smelling the roses.
Wait a minute. Where'd you go for lunch?
There's something so delicious about Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme with a whole breast filet mozzarella and Parmesan sauce.
How was it?
Uplifting.
It takes you and chicken to a higher level.
Good. Now get back to work.
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme. It's better here. And our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by WebMD, the place America comes for healthcare answers, and by Staples. Get back time. Go to Staples. Ramon Ortiz putting a staple in the Minnesota bats early on, 4-0. Anaheim in front as we move to the 4th inning. You said it a moment ago, Steve, a very impressive start for Ramon Ortiz, who Bud Black sitting next to Ramon down in the dugout. His pitching coach felt that his young right-hander was a little too fired up for that start against the New York Yankees. Wanted to go out and prove to the world what kind of pitcher he was on that big stage in the playoffs.
That's why Buddy Black is staying very, very close to his right-hander. Even when he's in the dugout there, he stays on top of him about his concentration. Another one of the guys doesn't get any recognition in this organization for taking care of him is Bobby Ramos down in the bullpen. Bullpen coach who talks to him constantly and tries to keep his head in the game.
3-0 on Brad Fulmer, who doubled into right center field his last time up. Spezio, the great defensive play, ending the bottom half of the third, waits on deck. 3-1 now to Fulmer. Fulmer a little upset with himself, perhaps chasing ball 4.
Well, Fulmer said he was going to be very conscious of what he calls the inside hip sinker. Rick Reed, with 2 strikes, likes to run a ball in off the belt buckle of left-handers and then have it sink back over the inside part of the plate.
2 hopper down to Minkiewicz. 1 away right now for a Budweiser game break. Let's return to Jeannie Salasco.
And Tom, Kenny Lofton has scored 3 runs on the night. This is his easiest, definitely his biggest effort, though. A solo home run, the 5th of his postseason career. It's the Giants up big, 6-1, bottom 3, Tom.
A rough start for Matt Morris, who pitched so well at Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, game 1 of that National League Division Series, beating Randy Johnson. That one lined into center field, a base hit by Spezio. He's doing it all here tonight. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, a couple of excellent plays over at first base.
Spezio not wasting any time, picking out a pitch he likes, right down Broadway, spanking it right back up the middle. Talk about doing it all. straight at you, fastball, not a whole lot of movement. They don't move, they get hit. Spezio, self-taught guitar player, musician, plays in a garage band named Sand Frog. I was afraid to ask where they came up with the name.
0-1 to Benji Molina. See, he's got that little stripe down right under the lip with a little Anaheim red color to it.
Yeah, you got that right.
It's a good look.
Not sure what they call that. Soul patch. A fleet.
Spezio going. Jam shot roller to short. And Guzman will throw on the first for the second out of the inning. Time to take a look at our RadioShack.com trivia question. A good one here tonight. Who is the only pitcher in Major League history to have his first 2 career wins come in the playoffs?
I know that answer. I'm getting good at this stuff, I'll tell you what.
You're on a roll.
Yeah.
Well, the little things the Anaheim Angels have done under Mike Scioscia. They start Spezio there, stay out of the double play. They have a runner in scoring position with 2 men out, and Kennedy the batter already leading 4-0. Breaking ball fouled off.
They take advantage of any opportunity that they can to move runners up. You don't put Spezio on the move in that play, it ends up being a double play ball.
Kennedy bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up when a runner was cut down to the plate. Back in that 3-run Anaheim second inning against Rick Reed. It really should come as no surprise that Anaheim has been able to get through the division series and march on to the league championship series. 1-1 in the air, right field. Should end the inning. Kadire waits, and it does. 1 hit, 1 left, middle of the 4th. 4-0 Angels.
Hi, I have an apology to make. That's me in the sedan, the one who caused the Gawker slowdown on your way to that client meeting. I'm sorry. I see flashing red lights and I'm riveted. I wish I could make it up to you. Maybe Staples Business Delivery can help. It's easy, fast, and free, leaving the road to those of us who really enjoy it.
Get back time. Go to Staples.
Hey, can I write a check for this?
I just need to see some ID.
Hold that thought.
Eunice, hi.
Come on. Okay, so I was in a movie with an extra, Eunice, whose hairdresser, Wayne, attended Sunday school with Father O'Neill, who plays racquetball with Dr. Sanji, who recently removed the appendix of him who dumped you sophomore year. So you see, we're practically brothers.
Tired of looking for ID? Use the Visa Chair Card to get you in, out, and on with life.
I forgot my ID again.
I think arthritis can change the way you perceive yourself, if you let it. The trick is, don't let it.
Move over, Aleve. This is Tylenol arthritis pain. A different Tylenol. Just 2 caplets in the morning have the strength to last all day, with safety that can't be beat.
Arthritis pain? Don't we have better things to do?
Wherever you choose to travel in the totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, and no matter how unfriendly the traffic gets, you will be surrounded by the protection of dual front airbags, plus the only safety canopy system available in a full-size SUV. The totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, because safety should have no boundaries.
Jack Bauer seems to live an ordinary life.
I love you so much, sweetheart.
But sometimes the men chosen to protect us
Mr. President, we are in the middle of a grave situation.
are the most dangerous ones of all.
Put it down!
The
This fall, an unimaginable threat.
This cannot leak out to the public.
An unstoppable man.
You want results, but you never want to get your hands dirty.
An unforgettable new season.
You need to get out of Los Angeles now.
Kiefer Sutherland, 24. The season premiere. Presented without commercial interruption by Ford. No boundaries. Tuesday, October 29th on Fox.
At 4, the top half of the 5th inning, 4-0 Anaheim in front. We invite you to join us on Friday night, Game 3 of this series, as we shift the scene to Edison International Field in Anaheim. Boy, did they have spectacular crowds last Friday and the clinching game last Saturday afternoon with the Yankees in town.
For a lot of people who haven't been out to that stadium for a number of years, you're in for a big surprise. Clean the place up. Beautiful. Used to be called the Big A, and they had a storm come through there when I was playing with the Red Sox at one point. The A fell down. Then it was just called the Big.
David Ortiz leading things off, the cleanup hitter here in the 4th. He'll be followed by Torrey Hunter and then Doug Mientkiewicz. Field, a base hit by Ortiz to start things here in the Minnesota 4th. Well, the Twins were able to get a couple of hits off Ramon Ortiz in that 3rd inning.
Good piece of hitting right there. And Ron Gardenhire has told us a couple times that he thinks that Ortiz is going to be the key to his lineup. He's got to swing the bat, and I love that sign. I don't love the fact that they don't have a whole lot of confidence that they might have to cross that out and put a number over here and then cross it, put another number. That's not really good. You know, you gotta have some confidence in that number you're throwing up there.
Good live fastball in the inside corner. Strike 1 to Torrey Hunter. Hunter flied out to right his first time up. 1 of 4 in the series. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely there by Molina. On the ground. Eckstein to second. Throw to first by Kennedy, a double play. The 18th grounded into this season for Torrey Hunter. Guy who runs well, but if you hit the ball hard right at somebody, you're getting doubled up.
Well, we showed you the same situation in last night's ball game with a guy on first and David Eckstein went the other way. That's what Torrey Hunter needed to be thinking about there to avoid this exact situation. A nice, easy double play ball. Huge hole on the right side of the infield. And instead of first and third and nobody out, you've got nobody on and 2 outs. You've got to play small ball to get back in this ball game.
Now Mientkiewicz, who grounded out to first in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. 4 runs, 6 hits for Anaheim. No runs, 4 hits for Minnesota. One and 1. Just under the knees of Mientkiewicz, who made quite a name for himself as part of the United States Olympic team managed by Tommy Lasorda that won the gold medal in Sydney, Australia 2 years ago. Into center field, a base hit. Let's answer our RadioShack.com trivia question tonight. who is the only pitcher in Major League history to have the first 2 career wins come in the postseason. And you knew this already, Steve Lyons.
Frankie Rodriguez, baby. 20-year-old kid who dazzled them in New York. Watch this. This is the old Little League saying, chuck and duck. That's what Ortiz got. This is why some people don't even want to be a pitcher.
One on, 2 men out, and now Michael Kadire. First pitch swinging into left center field, and Erstad will run it down, and that will end the inning. 2 hits, 1 man left, and a 4-0 Anaheim.
This is John Beard. Tonight at 10, go to batting practice. Ski down the slopes, even engage in brutal combat without ever going outside. Fox 11 takes you indoors to play some outdoor sports. That's tonight on the Fox 11 10 o'clock news.
Okay, freeze. This is Jen, and she has the sudden urge to learn Italian. Who can help? The Italian Institute in Chicago. Carry on.
Hello. How do you say, hi, my name is Jen. I'll be a good boy and come over here and sit on Mama's lap. This is going to take a while.
Now get the most minutes to use whenever. Introducing T-Mobile. Get more.
I quit my job today.
I met this really cool guy on the internet. He's 30.
Life throws all kinds of curves. Fortunately, with its advanced safety systems, the Smooth Running RX is designed to better handle the ones on the road.
Hey, Mom, you know that tattoo we talked about?
How you manage the rest is up to you. All for just $35,700. Test drive one at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Hey, I'm Dan from Del Taco, and this is our big competitor, Taco Bell. What's the difference? Well, besides them being much bigger, they don't have my 99-cent Ultimate Taco. It's a white corn shell filled with seasoned ground beef, lettuce, tomatoes, freshly grated cheddar cheese, and sour cream. And it's bigger than Taco Bell's Taco Supreme. You know, if this all goes well. Yep. There's my new office right there.
What if the success of all your projects could be determined before you start them? What if your home could be a true reflection of you? Whether it's finding the right color, creating a unique look, or capturing a certain feeling, when you want to beautify and protect your home and you want to do it right, do it with Behr paint stains and waterproofers. Behr, get it right every time.
Ramon Ortiz shutting out Anaheim through the front 4. Rick Reed and the Twins trail 4-0, top of the order. David Eckstein takes high ball 1. Eckstein 1 of 2, knocked in a run with a single to right field in the 2nd inning. Eckstein not afraid to take one for the team. Last 2 years, he's been hit 48 times with pitches. 48.
27 times this year to lead the league.
And if you go back over his professional career, 4 years in the minors, 2 years in the big leagues, he has been hit 132 times. 2-1 pitch. Popped up to right. Kadire's got it. Bud Black kind enough to wear a microphone. Let's listen in on his chat with Ramon Ortiz at the end of the last inning.
Hey, how about catching that ball? That hit you there? You need some ice? No, fuerte.
Yeah, check out the pitch right there. You know, Ortiz is only 170 pounds. That's why if you turn him sideways, you can't see him. That's why the ball missed him. A lot of pitchers in between innings will go change their t-shirt because they sweat so much. He's going to go change his underwear, I think, after that one.
Fly ball into short right field, and Jock Jones will watch as Torrey Hunter gloves it for the second out of the inning. Good solid numbers for Ramon Ortiz.
Now you got to like the way he's going about his business today. We talked about it a little bit earlier. He wants to pitch today. Gets the ball and ready to go. He's taking his jacket off already. Wants to go back out there and pitch some more.
Johan Santana beginning to crank it up in the Minnesota bullpen. And that is a good Minnesota bullpen. Talked a great deal about Anaheim last night because they had to get into that bullpen after 5 innings. The Angels have the second best overall bullpen ERA in the major leagues to Atlanta. This Minnesota bullpen, they can bring some arms and some pitching your way late in ball games as well.
Stingy. A couple guys down there, including Santana, did an outstanding job for this team in a starting role as well.
Fly ball into left field, and Rick Reed starting to have things come together. He's only allowed 1 hit over the last 3 innings, but his team trails Ortiz 4-0.
You'll never believe it. Jared's here, and he's eating the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
What was I ordering? The hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Sounds delicious.
That I can't miss. I'm so there. I'm on my way.
It's a hot dinner idea from Subway. Delicious tender chicken teriyaki served hot and topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
Check it out. Let's go. I need a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki, please.
Can't blame him.
Subway, eat fresh. Proud sponsor of the American Heart Association's Heart Walk.
Scusa. Cappuccino.
Okay, freeze. This is Jen, and she has the sudden urge to learn Italian. Who can help? The Italian Institute in Chicago. Carry on.
Hello. How do you say, hi, my name is Jen. Now be a good boy and come over here and sit on Mama's lap. This is going to take a while.
Now get the most minutes to use whenever. Introducing T-Mobile. Get more.
I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? Ask your doctor if a free sample's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
20 years now, where'd they go? 20 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone.
Need some help, old man?
My boy. Generation after generation, it's good to have someone you can depend on.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Viagra. Step up to the plate and ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you. And by Subway. Fresh-made sandwiches on fresh baked bread. Subway. Eat fresh. The Twins step to the plate. Last of the 5th inning, getting shut out by Ramon Ortiz on 5 base hits. Pierzynski takes high, ball 1. AJ struck out swinging his first time up. Ortiz has allowed the 5 hits, all singles. He's walked 1, struck out 2. 2-0. Rick Reed allowed a home run to Darren Erstad in the opening inning. 3 runs, 2 unearned in that 3-run second inning. 3-0. Rivas to follow, then the top of the order thereafter. 3-1. Ortiz was long gone by this point in the game, his first postseason start last Friday night in Anaheim against the Yankees. Gave up 6 runs. Floater into center field, base hit. But despite the fact that Ortiz had a poor outing against the Yankees, his pitching coach Bud Black wasn't worried about him coming in here tonight.
I expect him to bounce back. I expect him to do what he did during the regular season. You know, I expect that out of Ramon all the time. You know, we have high expectations with him. He's a guy that has, you know, plus stuff across the board. He's a competitor. He battles. We expect that tonight, and I think we're going to see it.
And so far we have leadoff man aboard, and now Rivas takes high. Rivas singled his first time up.
What a tremendous job that Buddy Black has done with this Angels staff. Granted, there's some young, talented players there. In the 3 years Black's been around, he's lowered the team ERA every season, and it won't be long before they start getting a lot of invitations for him to take a managing job.
Crowd trying to will their Twins to get back in it. Leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 2 and 1 quiets the crowd momentarily.
Talked about it last night, trying to get into this ball game. Nice little hole to hit the ball in over here. Just a lot of area for a base hit over there. Rivas not the kind of guy that's going to jump the yard on you, so go first to third.
Took a big swing there to even account at 2-2.
Maybe you heard me say that he's not going to jump the yard, and he gave it a shot.
Down 4, a runner at first base, 3-2 count with nobody out. Will Ron Gardenhire start the runner here?
Last thing you need in this situation is to strike him out, throw him out, that's for sure.
Runner not going. And on the ground could be a double play ball. The second big one turned tonight by Anaheim as Spezio picks it out of the dirt. The leadoff man was aboard in the 4th inning. Double play from Hunter. Leadoff man aboard in the 5th. Double play by Rivas.
Ortiz getting exactly what he wants. Rivas pulling the ball over to Eckstein, just waiting for him to hit it to him. Nice turn at second, and Spezio once again making it look easy over at first. Think he's happy? The twin killing, that's why.
Ball 1 to Jock Jones. Take a look at our Chevy Trucks in-game box score. Not much for Minnesota. A grand total of 6 base hits, all of them singles. But those twin killings you referred to took them out of potentially some big innings. A roller down to first. Spezio gets there. Inning over.
And you gave me no love on the twin killing either, did you? Just went right over your head.
I'm not that bright to figure it all out.
Change for $1.
Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup.
Thanks.
Chevy Avalanche. Like a rock.
Body pain? Back pain? Now relief is just a shuffle away.
Introducing new Bare Extra Strength Back and Body. It soothes aching muscles and sore backs with the trusted strength of Bare aspirin to work effectively at the site of pain, plus a special pain relief enhancer. Nothing works better than Bare Back and Body. Not Advil, not Tylenol. Get moving again, pain-free. New Bare Back and Body.
KFC introduces new hot and fresh meals. For a limited time, get this whole breast meal for only $2.99. So why get this when you can get a big all-white meat extra crispy or original recipe chicken breast served hot and fresh with your choice of a home-style side, a freshly baked biscuit, and a medium drink for just $2.99. At $2.99, you don't have to be a math whiz to know which deal is the real deal. And for dinner tonight, take home a big 10-piece bucket for only $8.99. There's fast food, then there's KFC.
When I look at Steve and Jenny, I just think, wow, what did Jenny have that all the others didn't? Because Steve's had a lot of women all over the world. You know, Europe, Asia, Africa, you name it, Steve's been there. One word, buddy, Amsterdam. Huh? Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Well, what can I say? The guy's been around, you know, the block a couple hundred times.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Budweiser, delivering beer at its best with the crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers. End of 5. By and large, it's been a quiet crowd here at the Metrodome. Bud Black's pupil, Ramon Ortiz, shutting down the Twins on 6 base hits, 4-0 as the Angels bat in the 6th.
Angels jumping on Reed early has taken this crowd out of the game. And when they tried to get back into it, Rivas took him out of the game with a double play ball.
Garrett Anderson, first pitch swinging. Rivas from short right. What a play to get Anderson.
Well, they got 2 guys that won Gold Gloves last year. They say they have about 3 or 4 more other guys that will win one sooner or later. Rivas is one of them. Beautiful play. Going away from the play. Tough to get anything on that throw. Garrett Anderson can get down the line, too. That's pretty.
Rivas, a shortstop by trade. They moved him a couple of years ago over to second base, because Christian Guzman had pretty much convinced the Twins that he was going to be at that position for many, many years to come. So you know Rivas has enough arm. That was a lot of arm.
Mitkevich won the Gold Glove last year. So did Torrey Hunter. They're thinking Rivas, Guzman, Koski all have a shot at it. Jacque Jones. Best defense in the game maybe right now.
Taking high to Troy Glaus.
One more time.
Lost 1 of 2, singled and scored back in the 2nd inning, and he takes a strike. Rick Reed, a late bloomer, grew up in Huntington, West Virginia, attended Marshall University. Not many teams interested in him. He was pitching semi-pro ball right out of college as Glaus waves through it. 2-2. He wound up impressing the Pittsburgh Pirates at a tryout camp at West Virginia State College back in '86. They drafted him in the 26th round, gave him $500 and told him to lose 25 pounds. He showed up a month and a half later. He had lost 30 pounds and was their minor league pitcher of the year 2 years later. Well, the Pirates really never stayed with him, let him go. So too did Kansas City and Texas. Then in '94, at the end of the year, he signed on with the Reds. And during spring training of '95, he was a replacement player. He says he made that decision because he was told by Reds general manager Jim Bowden that if he didn't play in the games, he might get released. 3-2 pitch. Hit well down the right field line. Kadire near the wall, not going to get it. And that ball ricochets in foul ground, and this is going to be a triple for Troy Glaus. Ross only had 1 triple during the regular season.
And you know what? Not because he didn't hustle. Boy, he's hustling all the way out of the box here. It's the only way you're going to get a triple off a ball on the right field wall like that. A lot of guys stop at second base because doubles look a lot better on your resume than triples do. Watch him turn it up a notch right here. Great turn at second base, easily on into third. Little garbage bag action for you there.
And now the Minnesota infield draws in with a runner at third and 1 out. Ball 1 down and in. To finish that thought on Reed, another thing that convinced him to cross over the picket line, his mother is diabetic, and his parents had a combined income of $500 a month. He took the $25,000 he got from the Reds and paid for all his mother's medical bills taken outside. It's always easy to say, oh, you know, this guy did that and he was this and he was that. But every now and again, probably good advice to take a step back and try to walk in another man's shoes. Your mother can't pay her bills. She's suffering from diabetes. What are you going to do? You're going to help her.
Take the best job you can find.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. It was very easy for many of the major league players, those in the union, to heavily criticize those who decided to come and play baseball when given the chance. A lot of those guys were making millions of dollars a year.
And a lot of the replacement players were lied to about the situation.
2-1 to Fulmer. Drilled into deep right center field. This has a chance to get out of here. And it does. 2-run home run to right center field by Brad Fulmer. And it is 6-0 Anaheim.
I was talking to Fulmer before the game. We mentioned it in one of his previous at-bats about how Reed likes to throw that inside sinker to lefties, but if he doesn't get it in there, it's an easy pitch to hit. Fulmer went out there and hooked it into the right center field gap and got enough of it. They're going to try to turn that thing over, trying to run it on the outside part of the plate, and it didn't get out there.
First home run in the postseason for Brad Fulmer. And the first man there to high-five him, you got it, Ramon Ortiz.
And how about the old low five coming around third base from Ron Renicky?
The night is over for Reed. Johan Santana will come on from the bullpen. The Anaheim Angels flexing their muscles in game 2.
Yes! Yes!
What is it?
What is it?
We found a seller, Kim & Sons. We found a buyer.
Where?
On the web.
Where are they? On the web.
It's a huge order.
It's half the cost.
It must be from overseas.
It must be from overseas.
We're going to make a fortune.
We're going to save a fortune.
Thank you, Artie.
Thank you, Kim & Sons.
IBM can help small companies sell to big companies, wherever they are.
Introducing the versatile all-wheel drive Subaru Baja. Part car, part truck. All choice. When you get it, you get it.
Breaking news from Midas. Right now, get guaranteed lifetime brake pads or shoes for just $39.95, and you'll never have to buy brakes again for as long as you own your car. Next stop, Midas. Lifetime brakes, $39.95, only at Midas.
What's it like being me? New Red Fusion from Dr. Pepper? It's like being the guy on those cop shows everyone's after. Getting chased through backyards with no shirt on, except I ain't going out like that. Red Fusion, who's your soda?
Never throw away anything you can use to express yourself, including your unused minutes. Rollover. Only from Singular.
October's magical matchups continue. The mystique of Favre. The magic of Brady. A potent Packer offense takes aim at the defending champion Patriots. October's magical matchups this week on Fox.
A short night for Rick Reed allows 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned in 5 1/3 innings. And now on to pitching impressive young left-hander, 23 years old from Venezuela, Johan Santana.
When a control pitcher does not have his control, those are the kind of numbers that an Anaheim lineup can throw up on you in a heartbeat. You turn Spezio around to hit right-handed, where he hit a paltry 368 against lefties this year.
This Santana, they have big things in mind for this left-hander in years to come. Began the year in AAA, brought him to the major league, started 14 games, appeared out of the bullpen 13 times in an ERA under 3. This guy averaged nearly 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. Good breaking ball there. 1-2. A big game tonight for Spezio. Done it in the field. He's done it at the plate. Thought about it, lays off. 2-2. An RBI double scored in the 3-run second inning. Got a single into center field in the 4th. Popped up short right field. And Kanayer's got it 2 away.
Talk about the day that Scott Spezio has had. There's the bloop double. Then a blistering single up the middle, and then watch some defense. Picking it at first. At the end of a double play, saving the throw at first. There's only a couple places on the field where you talk about a guy, hey, how's that guy over at first? The biggest compliment you can say is he can pick it.
Two down, base is empty. And now Benji Molina for 2 is popped to right and grounded out to short. 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Well, what did you decide? What is the most memorable moment in baseball history? Watch Game 4 of the World Series on Fox to find out. The most memorable moments are presented by MasterCard. Don't miss it. 1-2 on Molina. Ball gets away from Pierzynski. And Molina is going to reach first base safely after striking out. More than likely ruled a wild pitch. And while we have a moment, let's take a Budweiser game break and send it to Jeannie Zelasco in Los Angeles.
From a wild pitch to a wild thing, October magic or October mischief? Kenny Lofton has 3 hits on the night. He's pretty sure Mike Crudale just threw at him. It emptied the dugouts. It emptied the bullpens, caused the managers, Dusty Baker and Tony La Russa, to get a little bit tangled up. The good news is cooler heads prevailed. Round 2, a.k.a. Game 2, tomorrow night on Fox.
I don't know about you, but just seeing that replay real quick, Stephen, we're not there, but I mean, that ball didn't look like it was that close to Lofton. Did it to you? I mean, he didn't even hit the deck.
No, it didn't look that close. Kenny dives every once in a while. That ball's a little bit up, not that far in. Guys get a little excited this time of the year, I guess. Last thing you want to do is get tossed out of a playoff game on a play like that.
Check swing and a miss by Adam Kennedy. Anaheim leading 6-0. 1 in the first, 3 in the second. A 2-run home run by Fulmer to chase Rick Reed here in the 6th. Man, this guy is nasty, Santana. We'll have Game 2 of the National League Championship Series from Busch Stadium coming your way tomorrow night. We invite you to join Joe Buck, Tim McCarver and company, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. This series will have a day off, and then we'll get back at it on Friday night in Anaheim. Down to Minkiewicz, down to a knee, inning over. 2 runs, 2 hits. Fulmer plays long ball in the 6th. 6-0 Anaheim.
Well, see you calling again. What could you possibly want? I thought that we could be friends, but now I know it was a front. Yeah, I'm alright. This is the way that I was out. I'm trying to make it in this right, but I'm receiving no. First you say whoa, then you say yeah. Throw your hands in the air. First you say whoa.
Pepsi Blue, a new fusion of berry and cola. Pepsi Blue, it's the mix.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Seatbelts? Wherever it needs to go, the Transporter guarantees a rush. In 2 days, get the door. It's the Transporter, rated PG-13.
I have an apology to make. Hello, I'm the voice of the telephone company's automated answering system. Perhaps you recall the 20 minutes we shared together. Isn't it ironic that you were calling us for an additional phone line when we could use a couple of extra lines ourselves? I wished I could make it up to you. Let me suggest Staples. They do all they can to get you in and out quickly because they know how precious your time is.
Get back time. Go to Staples.
It has to mean something to be a teacher. It's a noble calling. They fight to make a difference. They dare to change their world.
I can't really say I've ever had a role model. Well, now I've got one. Thank you.
But this fall,
rumor has it that the students are planning something.
their dreams are about to shatter.
This walkout is about the students' power.
This is about outrage.
They're just calling our bluff here. We have to walk.
Student activism directly affects you, the football team.
What do you want us to do, Mr. Goober?
Things need to change.
Not everybody wants things to change. Shut up.
Oh, you shut up.
People, let's calm down!
The new season of Boston Public. Monday, October 21st on Fox.
Minnesota coming to bat, bottom half of the 6th inning. Still a ways to go in this one. And Minnesota, 42 come from behind wins this season. 3 of those 42 against Anaheim in this very building. In fact, they were down to Anaheim by 6 runs back on July the 15th. They trailed 7-1 in the 5th inning and wound up winning the game 10-8 on a 3-run home run by Guzman in the 8th inning.
Speak of the devil.
We have seen some great comebacks by a number of teams in both leagues during the division series. The Anaheim club kept coming back time after time against the Yankees. Likewise for the Twins against the A's. 2-1 on Guzman, who begins things here in the 6th. He'll be followed by Koski and Ortiz. Three and 1. The Twins have had the leadoff man aboard in each of the last 3 innings. That ball driven into right center field, and it will go to the wall. Guzman on his way to second base, and he'll stop right there with a leadoff double. First extra base hit of the game for the Twins tonight.
Ortiz will challenge you when you're a guy like that. Occasionally, you're going to leave one out over. Guzman jumped all over that one. Boy, I like that angle so much because it makes me feel like I'm hitting again. And when I see it on a play like that, it makes me feel really good, like I'm standing on second base, too.
Now Koskiew's walk, been robbed of a hit on a diving play made by Spezio. Strike one.
That is nasty right there. And every time this crowd starts to get back into the game, Ortiz takes them right back out of it.
Koski, a 26th round draft choice out of Manitoba, Canada back in '94. And he has become very much a part of the very fabric of this Minnesota Twins team.
In a lot of different ways, too, especially in the clubhouse. Likes to be kind of a team clown, but he's the one guy that everybody jokes about. He's the guy that they pick on.
And there's a base hit into right field. They're going to wave around Guzman. Palmeiro will come to the plate. The Twins are on the board.
We will continue to talk about how aggressive both of these two teams are. A lot of times when you're down 6-0 and you got a guy on second base with nobody out, you might hesitate to try to score him on a play like this. Third base coach Al Newman, no hesitation. Watch him on the left part of your screen there as he says, you keep going. Guzman with a good secondary lead. Don't even think about stopping.
6-1 game. And the meat of this order coming up now. Ortiz takes high, ball one.
Here's Newman right there in your picture. There was no question in his mind that he was sending Guzman all the way.
But for those of you just joining us, Tim Salmon had to leave the game with a tight hamstring. That's why Palmeiro's in right. Grounded foul up the first base line.
Wondering if you foul a ball off your foot and you're that big a guy like Ortiz is, does it hurt more?
Legitimate question. Well, you know it's a bigger foot.
Oh, right off the top of the right foot. Ortiz might want to go right back in there.
1-1, he does, and it's taken low and in.
We want to take another look at that ball off the foot because it didn't hurt as much, didn't hurt enough the first time, I guess. Wow.
Good hitters count for a good hitter in David Ortiz. 2-1. Low, 3 balls and a strike. Better hitters count now. But you do need base running. He's your cleanup hitter. You would assume he has a green light, 3-1, but Ramon Ortiz struggling with his control the last couple of innings.
This is where Ramon Ortiz needs to be wild within the strike zone and not out of it.
That ball pulled down the line, foul, not by much.
This one's going to come right at you. Bullet down the line, just hooking enough to where if he was a cricket player, it would have been a good play.
The Twins have finally broken through here in the 6th inning. They're down 5, but nobody out. Strike 3 call. And David Ortiz disagrees with home plate umpire Mike Everett.
Roy didn't like that when he had been going inside, inside, inside. Then he goes away. Molina framing that ball as good as he could. Molina might have stole that for him. Loss likes it.
Now Torrey Hunter. Hunter is flying out to right and bounced into a double play in the 4th inning. 1 of 5 in the series. Koski over at first, 1 out. Ball 1 up and in. Brendan Donnelly continuing to throw for Mike Scioscia down in the Anaheim bullpen.
For my money, in the 2 games of this series, we've seen Torrey Hunter be a little over-aggressive. Needs to start thinking about hitting the ball right over Adam Kennedy's head.
In the hole, it's short. Off the glove of Eckstein. And making the turn and coming to third is Koski. Hunter will make the turn and go to second.
Once again, the elements of this ballpark. Eckstein diving for this ball, knocks it down. If he's playing on regular dirt, that ball doesn't kick away nearly as far. Gets a pretty good piece of it. That ball would roll 5-6 feet away from him if we're playing in Anaheim. And neither hitter or base runner moves up the extra base. Newman, third base coach saying, come on, everybody move up another one.
Now Mankiewicz, runners at second and third. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. Mankiewicz 1 of 2 in a game, single to center field in the 4th inning. He has 4 runs batted in during the postseason.
This is exactly the at-bat that Mankiewicz was talking about before the game. I don't care about my first at-bat. I need to see what the guy's going to throw me. I'm going to come up there later with guys on. I need to know what I'm going to get.
Off the outside edge. 1-1 to Doug Mankiewicz. Double started the inning by Guzman. He scored in a single by Koski. Then a 1-out double by Hunter has him at second and third. And a base hit into center field. Koski scores. Hunter right behind him. It's a 3-run game.
Mankiewicz coming up huge after learning what he was going to get from Ortiz.
Enter to win a trip to the baseball championship with Mark McGwire.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Yeah, he's my best friend.
Enter to win a trip to the baseball championship with Mark McGwire. Odds of winning dependent on number of entries. Odds of becoming Mark McGwire's best friend, not as good.
je t'accroche du regard. 2, tu t'avances vers le bas. 3, mais il est déjà trop tard. Va pas croire au hasard. 4, tu m'allumes une clope. 5, je t'accroche du regard.
At Kia, we challenged ourselves to create the perfect midsize SUV. So we loaded the new Sorento with standard features, included a powerful V6, added dual front and side curtain airbags, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. But the greatest challenge was to make it affordable. So we hog-tied our accountant, threw him in a closet, and priced it under 20 grand.
Introducing the Sorento from Kia. Make every mile count.
The LA Times raves, "Good news, America, Bernie Mac is back."
Yeah!
And when he dives into driving carpool,
Sound like a good deal, right? Yeah, a deal with the devil.
he's in way over his head.
You'll get 1 courtesy beat. After that, you got 15 seconds.
Bernie Mac returns with all new episodes, followed by Cedric, Wednesday, October 30th on Fox.
Some of the Twins hitters doing a good job of going right back up the middle at Ortiz. Mankiewicz driving in 2 runs in that one. And for a team with only 3 runs in the game, their third base coach is going to need to ice his arm. Look at Al Newman waving everybody in.
Ramon Ortiz taken out of the game. He'll give way to Brendan Donnelly. We saw him last night. Win an inning and 2/3 of perfect baseball, 2 strikeouts. He had a fabulous regular season. Kadire, the batter, down a strike. Baseball, a game overloaded with statistics. With relievers, you hear all about saves and you look at ERA. For a manager, you look at 2 stats from a setup guy. Stranded runners that you inherit when you come in a game. Donnelly, the best in the American League. Stranded 88% of it. Swung on and popped up. That ball will drift over near the stands and out of play. And what goes hand in hand with that for a reliever? Did you retire the first batter you faced? Number 1 in the American League again for Brendan Donnelly. So he's coming in with guys on, and the first batter he gets out, and guys don't score most of the time.
And all that said of a guy who's in his 11th professional baseball season, first in the big leagues. Look out. I like that. That's standing a guy up after you think he might be leaning out over the plate. That's not too far up around his noggin. That's a pretty good stand-up pitch. Donnelly's going to probably go down and away with a slider right after that. There's a purpose for the reason he threw that pitch there.
1-2. Tried a breaking ball in the inside corner and just missed.
Well, I don't know if he'd got a whole lot of argument if that was called strike 3.
Two. Fouled away again. Kadire, 1 of 2, had an infield hit in the second inning, flying out to center in the 4th.
It's so much easier when you sit up here and watch the game being played rather than when you're hitting up there. Everybody knows the old adage of up and in and low and away. Donnelly got away with a slider right there that he left out over when he was trying to go away with it.
Setting up away again and got him away. There's that first batter retired again for Donnelly right now. A Budweiser game break. Here's Jeannie Salasco.
Dom, no actual fist fight on the field, but we've certainly got a slugfest in St. Louis. Albert Pujols, MVP candidate, 2-run home run, trying to get his Cardinals back in this thing. How would the Giants respond? Well, after a Barry Bonds walk, Benito Santiago, 2-run home run of his own on 2 outs. 9-3 Giants, bottom 6.
Welcome back to the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where about 15 minutes ago it was 6-0 Anaheim. That lead has been sliced in half. 3 runs here in the 6th. And now Pierzynski. Down to strike. Minkevich with a 2-run single is over at first with 2 away in the inning. Told you this Minnesota team, 42 come from behind wins. 3 of them came against Anaheim in this building this season. Little nubber caught by the second baseman Kennedy will end the inning. But the game is on. 6-3 lead back after these messages from your local Fox station.
This is John Beard tonight at 10. Fans wait hours for the chance at World Series tickets for the Angels. Then strange new developments in the Beltway sniper case. Will the new evidence help police catch the killer? That's all tonight here on the Fox 11 10 o'clock news.
Now you see them, soon you won't. During Volvo's 75th anniversary model year sell down. With special model year-end savings on all 2002s. But the model year sell down ends soon. The 2002 Volvos, now disappearing at a retailer near you.
This fall, my product, it's like getting a personal visit from God. Make the deal. The deal is $20 million. The deal is non-negotiable. Take the trip.
I want 10%.
You're negotiating with me? Blow your mind. Samuel L. Jackson. Formula 51. Rated R. In theaters October 18th.
Wow.
Wow is right. With Dish Network, you'll get America's lowest all-digital price package. Over 50 channels for just $22.99 a month. Try getting that from cable. Wow. Visit a participating retailer today or call 1-800-333-DISH and ask about our free Dish offer.
When I'm in my car, I am sheer perfection.
I feel like a wolf.
Well, that's the only time I get the love from the ladies.
Stereo up, 2 windows down.
I'm fine. Just checking everything out.
I'm saving a little bit of Mother Earth.
Speed Racer Chick.
I'm the DJ. Don't touch my stereo and don't lower my bass.
Go anywhere.
I'm going to Broadway, baby.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Miami.
Miami.
Drive one of Toyota's 18 different models.
When I'm in my car, I look good.
Feels like good things are coming your way.
I'm gonna find my mojo.
End of 6 innings, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base for Anaheim. Minnesota 3 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and the Twins have left 5. Johan Santana to face the top of the order. Santana on in relief of Rick Reed. And excellent work by Brendan Donnelly out of that Anaheim bullpen for a second straight game. Two 2-0 on X time.
2 objectives right here for Santana to shut down Anaheim's offense after your team went out there and scored you a bunch of runs. Give you a chance to come back in and score more. For Anaheim, get back on the board and say, we're not letting you back in this game.
Darren Erstad to follow X time. And then Orlando Palmeiro, who took over for the injured Tim Salmon. For those of you that have been with us the entire way, you already know Salmon left with a tight hamstring. For those that just joined us, now you know. Francisco Rodriguez, 20-year-old Venezuelan, cranking it up in the bullpen. He got 2 wins in the division series against the Yankees.
20 years old.
And if you haven't seen him, don't turn the channel. Strike 3 called X time.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There's certain guys in ball games that you don't go make yourself a sandwich when they're coming into play. Rodriguez is one of them. Santana, nasty little backdoor cutter to Eckstein, and Eckstein thought it missed. Eckstein's all over the plate. He figures, hey, if there's anything away from me and I can't reach it, it can't be a strike.
Strike one to Darren Erstad. We talked about Johan Santana and how good he was during the regular season. You're talking about a guy that threw in excess of 100 innings and allowed only 84 hits. Struck out 16 in a game in the minor leagues before they brought him up to the big leagues, where he averaged nearly 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. Darren Erstad, 1 of 3, got the scoring started in this game with a home run in the opening inning. Strike 2.
This was it, and he jumped all over this pitch, and it was huge for Anaheim because you were talking about a team that totally got shut down the game before. And the second batter of the game, Erstad puts a crooked number on the scoreboard.
1-2. Breaking ball foul back out of play. A Metrodome record crowd here tonight. 55,990.
But right now, quiet.
One-two on Erstad. Right back to the mound. 2 away. Pinch hitter being sent up to bat for Orlando Palmeiro will be Alex Ochoa. They picked him up at the trade deadline. It was a very quiet deal. You probably didn't read about it until about the 8th or 9th page of your local sports section. It has always been a good, solid player. Good hitter, good defender, great arm. Game 3 comes your way Friday night. Right here on Fox. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Eric Milton will get the ball for Minnesota. Jared Washburn for Anaheim.
Washburn, the ace of that staff for Anaheim, and Milton with a tremendous start his last outing against the A's.
Minnesota with a bullpen busy just in case Santana runs into trouble. There's a strike. 1-1 on Ochoa. And the veteran Mike Jackson getting loose. Grounded foul. Two on Ochoa. In the dirt, full count. Top half of the 7th inning. 2 down, nobody on. And a 3-2 coming to Alex Ochoa. Pulled foul. Santana trying to get his team right back to the plate. As you mentioned, Steve, his team got him 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And he'd like to finish off the side in order and get him up there in the 7th.
Shut down the team that's beating you, and give your guys an opportunity if you can smell a rally starting on your side of it, a little momentum shift.
Good at bat here by Ochoa, who will remain in the game to play right field, taking over for Palmeiro.
Well, Palmeiro did an excellent job earlier in this season when there were injuries in the outfield. Did a great job of filling in. Some big hits for this ball club. Ochoa, as you mentioned, excellent outfielder and a great influence on the younger Latin players in any organization.
Swing and a miss. Santana does his thing. And the Angels have a 6-3 lead with Minnesota coming up in the 7th.
They're not your typical partners.
Special Agent Alex Scott. Meet Kelly Robinson. I'm gonna be 009.5. Ooh, boy.
They're not your usual heroes.
I'm starting to regret this. That was a big explosion. Man.
But on November 1st,
Yeah, that's cool.
they're the only men for the job.
Let's go do this then. It's worth billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. You hear this guy?
I Spy.
He's still a bad guy, right? Well, everybody keeps flip-flopping around. I can't keep it straight.
Rated PG-13. In theaters November 1st.
In Wendy's hometown, yoga class attendance is down, and the aromatherapy center is no more. But Wendy's is packed because our mozzarella chicken supreme, a whole breast filet mozzarella and Parmesan sauce is so delicious, it's taking people to that higher level. And finally, the clothing optional run through the wildflowers has been canceled. Thank goodness. Wendy's mozzarella chicken supreme, it's better here. And remember, our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
The 2003 V6 Nissan Altima.
See why Cedric the Entertainer Presents is the Mac Daddy of all comedies.
You'll laugh your panties off, and when you do, send them to me.
Cedric returns Wednesday, October 30th on Fox.
Sunday, November 3rd. Get ready for the freakiest Simpsons Halloween special ever.
No belly button. Shuttle's in the hangar.
Where the family discovers the horrors of cloning.
Does anyone remember The Way Home? I do. Anybody else?
The Simpsons Halloween special. All new at 8, 7 Central, Sunday, November 3rd.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Nissan and your Nissan dealers. And by I Spy in theaters everywhere beginning November 1st. Welcome you back to Minneapolis and the Metrodome. Tom Brenneman, Steve Lyons, our entire Fox crew on hand for Game 2 of this American League Championship Series. Anaheim gets out to the 6-0 lead, but we've seen Minnesota come back before, and they get 3 runs to slice the lead in half.
Especially in this ballpark, and as we mentioned earlier in the game, 3 times against this ball club.
And now on to pitch, the 20-year-old Francisco Rodriguez. Hard throwing young right-handed.
Some pretty good numbers right there postseason. 2-0. His only 2 wins in the history of his big league career are both in the playoffs. Kid's 20 years old and he was already the answer to our trivia question. You've never been the answer to the trivia question.
Alex Ochoa spanning the third outfielder now used by the Anaheim Angels out there in right. Salmon left with an injury. Palmeiro took over for a couple of innings. And now Ochoa. Rodriguez pitched a grand total of 5 games for the Anaheim Angels this year. 5. Check swing by Rivas. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 3. How impressive is Francisco Rodriguez? Look no further than his pitching coach, Bud Black.
This guy has a special arm. He's got great makeup. He's, he's an attacker. This guy goes after people. He's got a great confidence in his ability. And with all that, he's got a presence on the mound of one that is calm for a guy who's only 20 years old. So it's very impressive.
Rodriguez, a late September call-up, made a big splash at the big league level over the final 3 weeks to earn a spot on the postseason roster. You see his numbers in the minor leagues this year at Arkansas and then AAA Salt Lake. Jock Jones fouled it off his foot and he's hurt.
Jones fouling it right. Oh, that's even higher up off the ankle. Then Ortiz got it off the top of his foot. Those hurt. Watch where that hits almost in the crease, right on the inside part of the ankle. Those are hard to walk off right now, even harder to walk off tomorrow morning when you hop out of bed and you forgot that you did it. And then you try to walk into the kitchen for some breakfast, you can barely get there.
Jim Common, the trainer for Minnesota, out to talk things over and look things over.
Watch the fluidity of the motion from Rodriguez. The big leg kick, the great extension with the leg toward home plate, and then the arm angle. This time coming straight at you. Big leg kick, drop, drive, and let her rip. I love that. Little Nolan Ryan-esque there at the finish.
Fastball at 93, high and away to Jones, who stays in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jock is lined to right, struck out, and grounded to first. Swung and missed at the breaking ball.
Rodriguez has an electric fastball with tremendous movement and what Mike Scioscia calls a power slurve.
Popped up left field, easy for Garrett Anderson. 2 away right now. A Budweiser game break. Let's go to Jeannie Salasco.
And can you believe it? Another big blast in St. Louis. This one by Miguel Cairo makes history. In for Scott Rowland. He has 8 straight postseason hits dating back to last postseason. The home run, though, makes it 9-5 Cardinals.
Still a long way to go in that one as well. Only the bottom half of the 6th inning. Game 2 of that series comes your way tomorrow night on Fox. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Now Guzman, 2 of 3 in the game. Takes high ball 1. By winning 2 games in the division series, Rodriguez became just the 2nd pitcher ever to win 2 postseason games before his 21st birthday. The other, Fernando Valenzuela. When Fernando Mania was storming across Southern California, south into his native land of Mexico. Two and 1. Two and 2. Let's take a look at our Nissan game summary. Angels scoring 4 times in the first 2 innings, opened up a 6-0 lead after a 2-run home run by Brad Fulmer in the 6th. Minnesota got 3 back to chase Ortiz in the bottom of the 6th. But now it's Rodriguez after Brendan Donnelly gave him great work behind Ortiz. Donnelly faced 2 batters, retired both.
Both of these teams have the ability to go to their pen with a ton of confidence.
Two. Strike 3 called on the outside corner to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts by Rodriguez. We go to the 8th. 6-3 Anaheim.
I Gehrig's farewell speech, selfless. Robinson's rookie year, fearless. Fisk's game winner, timeless. Our pastime, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball and its most memorable moments.
Old Navy painter's pants are one of a kind.
A better price you'd be hard-pressed to find.
Quality construction, that's our guarantee.
Old Navy painters.
You're the pants for me.
The price
Is nice.
he'll wear.
This pair.
Wow, they're just $15 to $20 for men and boys.
Old Navy, we are there.
Hey! That thing got a Hemi? Yeah. Sweet.
The all-new Dodge Ram Heavy Duty.
Did you mean the Charger? Because you know that's got a Hemi too. You're right.
Now with a 345 horsepower, 5.7-liter Hemi Magnum. Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it.
Here, let's have a toast. No, that's good for me. No,
This is cute.
Meet 3 young attorneys whose work means everything,
I hope you don't confuse me for the kind of lawyer who defends guilty people.
but their friends mean even more.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't fire you.
I have 3 reasons. I'm just trying to decide which one to go with.
I'll take the top 2.
From Emmy-winning creator David E. Kelly,
You're ready, and you can do this.
Girls Club premieres Monday, October 21st on Fox.
After a perfect 7th out of the bullpen by Francisco Rodriguez, we move to the 8th. Anaheim a 6-3 lead. And now on to pitch, J.C. Romero, a solid year out of the bullpen. A bouncer foul. 0-1 to Garrett Anderson. Romero, a longtime starter, turned reliever. And he's turned into a mighty good reliever.
What a great year he had for this ball club. When you talk about a stadium that has the potential to give up a lot of runs. I used to call this place the Homer Dome, but it really isn't. It's not like the ball flies out of this yard, but you can create some offense here. We've already seen in 2 games how that can happen. This guy did a tremendous job here.
Good sharp breaking ball there. Romero, where art thou? Boy, our guys are wheeling and dealing downstairs in the truck tonight.
That's where art thou, or whatever the answer would be. Flunk Shakespeare.
I find that hard to believe.
No, you don't.
1-2 on Garrett Anderson. He'll be followed in the inning by Troy Gloss and Brad Fulmer. Anaheim trying to even this series at a game apiece and then head back to Edison International Field on Friday night for Game 3 with the series tied at 1-1. Two and 2 to Anderson.
Romero's got a fastball that moves all over the place. He tries to sink it down and into lefties. A nasty slider, tight slider, another one that he opens up a little bit more. We've seen that pitch already to Anderson, and then a pretty good changeup.
Ground ball right side. Rivas in short right field. Throws out Anderson. Garrett hitless in the series. 0 for 8 to start this league championship series. The time to watch Major League Baseball is right now. We're down to the Final Four. The end drawing near. The quest to win the World Series is on. Don't miss the postseason right here on Fox. Giants leading the Cardinals. That game now in the 7th inning at 9-5. Here it's Anaheim 6-3. We're in the 8th. Ball 1 to Troy Gloss. LaTroy Hawkins throwing in the Minnesota bullpen. There is activity in the Anaheim bullpen. But Steve, you were talking about an in-between innings as they get Lackey up, who is the Game 4 scheduled starter, perhaps just to get a little work in.
I think he is just throwing on the side. Normally, the starter for 2 days later, 3 days later in this case, would throw during the day during batting practice, but there was a potential chance that they might need him in this game if something went bad. Now that to the point where they would not use him, he gets his work in.
The only way that can come to bite you later on is if somehow, some way, Minnesota ties this game and then you play well into extra innings.
You still have other guys down there in that pen that you can use. I think that man right there is going to pretty much stick with his game plan. It would be everybody but Lackey.
2-1. This down and in. 3 balls and a strike to Gloss. 2 of 3 with a pair of runs scored for Troy tonight. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Tripled with 1 out in the 6th inning and scored on the home run by Fulmer. Troy Percival hoping to get the ball for a save chance in the 9th. He has never, the key word being never, allowed an earned run in his career to the Minnesota Twins. And there's ball 4 to Gloss. I mean, that's almost too hard to believe that Gloss, or rather that Percival, has been around as long as he's been around and never allowed an earned run against the Minnesota Twins.
33 games. Bunches of saves. Ridiculous ERA. There's a bunch of goose eggs up there.
You did see, however, 2 blown saves in there. A couple of times Minnesota has come up with unearned runs against Percival as Sean Wooten will bat for the first time in this series. Well, what a job he did against the New York Yankees in that division series. Got a couple of starts, and in the series clinching Game 4, he had 3 hits, scored 3 runs, knocked in 2. Hawkins will come on to face him. We'll be right back.
On DVD, 24, the complete first season. Who are you working for? Includes a never-before-seen alternate ending. Own it today.
October's magical matchups continue. The mystique of Fogg. The magic of Brady. A potent Packer offense takes aim at the defending champion Patriots. October's magical matchups this week on Fox.
So, what are we doing?
Oh, crime.
Crime. Good.
Meet the crew of the Starship Serenity. The tough guy, is named Jane.
Do I have your attention?
The hooker is proper.
How's business?
None of yours.
The preacher packs a punch. And the captain is an outlaw.
We're not thieves. But we are thieves.
Out there? Oh, it's out there.
Who are you?
I'm your wife.
How drunk was I last night? Well, I don't know. I passed out.
Only the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer could bring you a future that's this spaced out. Firefly, an all-new episode, Friday, October 18th on Fox.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Right-handed batting Sean Wooten announced as a pinch hitter for Brad Fulmer. Brings on the right-hander LaTroy Hawkins from the Minnesota bullpen. Solid numbers in 65 games, an ERA barely over 2.
This guy has absolutely turned it around. Faltered as the closer. Everyday Eddie's got that job now, and as a setup guy, Hawkins all of a sudden has much more confidence in his fastball, much more confidence as a pitcher.
Wooten bats for the first time in this American League Championship Series, 1 on, 1 out. Fastball, strike 1 at 95.
After he gets ahead in the count, Hawkins wants to live up in this area of the strike zone, sometimes not even in the strike zone. As you look at Wooten when he'll stand back in there, it's exactly what he did to Miguel Tejada in the 8th inning of Game 5 when he struck him out with high gas and nothing but. We talked to Ron Gardenhire about that earlier today. He said his son's playing junior college baseball down south, and he said he called me and said, that was a bad move. Should never have done that. What are you thinking about? He said, hey, it worked out, didn't it?
His son Toby playing junior college baseball, you mentioned, down in Arkansas. Swinging and a miss by Wooten. That was a funny bit, too, because the conversation then drifted into, well, isn't he dropping strategy on his own manager down there? And Ron's like, I keep telling him, shut up, just play the game.
Yeah, you can just hear him saying, well, my dad says, right, this is the way you're supposed to do it.
One, 2 to Wooten. Fouled away.
Climb the ladder. Got him to swing at one belt high. See if he'll swing at one a little bit higher than that. See if he'll swing at one a little bit higher than that.
Wooten had 6 hits in 9 at-bats during the division series against the Yankees. Started 2 games as a DH. 1-2. Threw a fastball right by him. 96 from LaTroy Hawkins, 2 away in the inning. October's magical matchups continue tomorrow in St. Louis. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. It'll be Jason Schmidt on the mound against Woody Williams. Woody Williams has not pitched in a game for nearly 3 weeks. The road to the World Series continues tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Fox. Two down for Spezio, ball 1 high. Anaheim leads 6-3. We're in the 8th inning.
One of the things that Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, did with Hawkins was move his feet back squared up to home plate. He used to have this foot way over there, and he would have to throw across his body. He squared him up so that he's headed straight towards home plate.
Anderson's done an outstanding job with his staff.
Yes, he has. Very underrated. There where you see his feet are right there, so he can drop and drive straight towards home plate. He was getting himself all tied up and had to throw across his body. This squares himself up better, clears his front shoulder a little bit better, added a little bit of velocity and a lot more confidence to that fastball.
Spezio the other way. Jock Jones is there, inning over. Part of the order coming up for Minnesota. Koski, Ortiz, and Hunter down 3.
Turning raw metal into pure gold isn't easy, unless it's Chevy Truck Month with $500 bonus cash. Use bonus cash with 0% APR on any new 2003 Chevy truck in stock. Or add $500 bonus cash to increase cash back on 2003 Silverado, Avalanche, and Trailblazer. It's a new gold rush on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Stake your claim. $500 bonus cash ends October 31st at your local Chevy dealer.
Pizza! In my family, if one wants pizza, the other wants Chinese. Even their stomachs don't agree. If one gets indigestion, the other one gets heartburn. If one gets nausea, the other one gets... well, so I get Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, it relieves heartburn, indigestion, upset stomachs, nausea, and diarrhea. It'd take a box full of other medicines to do what Pepto-Bismol does. Agree?
Agree.
Pepto-Bismol, first aid for heartburn, diarrhea, nausea, indigestion, and upset stomachs.
Because we can! Yes, we can!
Seafood, hurry up. I'm hungry.
You are not going to believe what I'm looking at.
Got any gummy bears?
What's ever on the shelf there, Chief?
Can't even tell you.
You don't have to tell her. You can show her. It's PCS Vision from Sprint. They built the largest all PCS enhanced nationwide network. So now your phone can do more than ever.
And I can send it to her. That's unreal.
That'd be my word for it.
Introducing PCS Vision from Sprint. Clearly, a whole new way to look at wireless.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road, and by Sprint. Introducing PCS Vision, clearly a whole new way to look at wireless. We go to the bottom of the 8th at the Metrodome.
And here they come.
Francisco Rodriguez delivers strike 1 to Corey Koski. The first 2 games of this series, neither team's bullpen has allowed a single hit, not one. Now granted, last night Mays gave him 8 innings, leaving Guardado with 1. Didn't allow a hit, walked about it. The Angels last night got 3 innings out of their bullpen, no hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Wow.
That is filthy right there.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
That is the power slurve that Scioscia talked about. He holds it like a curveball, throws it like a curveball, but most guys that throw a curveball finesse it. He tries to throw it as hard as he can. No, that is, you don't want to be there and see that.
This guy in 5 games with the Angels pitched 5 2/3 innings and struck out 13 batters. You mentioned earlier 1.8 in a row. He's faced 4 batters tonight, struck out 3 of them. Strike 1 on David Ortiz.
Drops down occasionally on the fastball like that one right there. He gives you a little bit more of a 3/4 delivery. The kid's 20 years old.
That ball ripped, but Spezio there. 2 up, 2 down.
That's one of the best passes out of ball that David Ortiz has made in this series. And that guy right there was there to stop it, as he's been all night.
Now Torrey Hunter, he doubled. His last at bat. First pitch hacking, fastball 95, fouled straight back.
We talked a lot yesterday about the influence that Torrey Hunter's mother has had on his life and in his career. In '97 in Double-A, he hit .231 in the middle of the season. He called her up and said, "I'm coming home, I quit." She said, "No, you're not." She said, "Hang in there. Things will get better." I think they did.
All-star this season, Torrey Hunter made that brilliant play, taking a home run away from Barry Bonds over the wall in Milwaukee. He's been on the highlight reel every night, it seems like, all year. Percival cranking it up in the Anaheim pen. Angels 4 outs away from evening this series.
Funny thing about that home run that he stole from Barry Bonds was earlier in the day he said, "I don't care what I do, I just like to have the opportunity to steal a home run ball from Barry Bonds," and then went out and did it. Get up. Boy, that was a beautiful play.
2-out walk.
Show it to you one more time. Getting up and over the wall in Milwaukee. Bonds. Yeah, I got you. Bonds picked him up and threw him back down on the ground like he was a 10-pound bag of potatoes, too.
Well, Torrey talked about that. He said that is one real strong cat. All right, 1 on, 2 men out, bottom of the 8th inning, and Minkiewicz coming up. 2 of 3 in the game, and a 2-run single in the 6th. Strike 1 to Minkiewicz. So you got to give Bud Black and Mike Scioscia a lot of credit, and the general manager of the Angels, Bill Stoneman. When a team is looking ahead of the postseason after clinching a spot, there's a lot of work and a lot of conversation that goes on about building your postseason roster. 0-2 to Minkiewicz. And when the staff gathered to have the gambling feeling that, hey, this guy has only pitched in 5 games for us, but we've got to have him on our playoff roster.
As you mentioned, didn't pitch that many innings, but it wasn't that big of a gamble when they saw the kind of live fastball and nasty breaking ball that he has.
0-2 pitch. Jam shot into shallow center field. This will fall. A base hit. Hunter on to third. And the tying run will come to the plate.
Once again, the ballpark coming into play, Tommy. There is no other ballpark in America that you go first to third on this ball right here. And Minkiewicz just looping it into center field. Darren Erstad all over it, but now he has to stop and back off of it. And Hunter knows this is going to happen, and he doesn't even bother waiting. Going all the way to third, because that ball took 3 or 4 seconds to hit the turf, bounce up in the air before Erstad could ever get a glove on it. Taking care of your home field advantage.
Pinch hitter going to be sent up there for Kadire. It'll be Bobby Kilty. That is the first hit for Minnesota against this Anaheim bullpen. If you're Mike Scioscia, do you think about bringing Troy Percival right now?
Does not like to do that in the 8th. 4 times this season, Percival had more than a 3-out inning in a save opportunity, and here comes Scioscia. He blew 2 of those.
Well, now a slow walk out to the mound by Scioscia. The entire infield will gather around the mound. We saw a couple of his players give him a pat on the back as though it was a job well done. And they heard Mike Scioscia say, this time I'm going to Percival. Mike came under a lot of heat in Yankee Stadium for not going to Percival. Bernie Williams hit a home run late to win the game. Tonight, he brings Percival on in the 8th.
With 12 local breweries in the U.S., we're very proud of our ability to get our beer, Budweiser, to our customers in its very freshest form. As a brewer, when beer leaves the brewery, it's in its absolute best condition. It's very, very important that that beer gets to you as a smooth, refreshing premium lager. It's nice to know that people will be enjoying the king of beers, from our neighborhood to yours.
Hey, Vanessa, changing my milk for your apple. Okay. Thanks!
Hey, Ving, I'll give you $5 for this old phone.
It's not even worth that much.
Right.
Now at Radio Shack, trade in any wireless phone and get $50 to $100 in mail-in rebates toward a new next-generation wireless phone with color screen.
I waited 30 years to do that.
Vanessa!
Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
At Kia, we challenged ourselves to create the perfect mid-size SUV. So we loaded the new Sorento with standard features, included a powerful V6, added dual front and side curtain airbags, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. But the greatest challenge was to make it affordable, so we hog-tied our accountant, threw him in a closet, and priced it under 20 grand.
Introducing the Sorento from Kia. Make every mile count.
I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? Ask your doctor if a free sample's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
Only the 5th time all year as Mike Scioscia brought on Troy Percival to get more than 3 outs.
I'll tell you what, I don't know the last time anyone would ever say that they'd rather face Percival than anyone else. But Rodriguez had some nasty stuff there, kind of the victim of circumstances. You look at Percival's numbers. Who had an outstanding year. Pick your poison.
Percival, 40 saves, 3rd most in the American League. Bobby Kilty, the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
There's the scouting report, the blazing fastball. He throws that curveball only if he throws one up there and it feels good. If it doesn't, you're not going to see it again. Mostly works away.
Ball one high on Kilty.
97.
Most of you agree that Mike Scioscia should be bringing in Troy Percival. We thank the folks from PCS Vision and Sprint. Took a little off, 98.
Yeah. How about the biggest at-bat of your career for Bobby Kilty in his rookie season?
One pitch. He had a pretty good cut right there, but fouled it straight back. Again, that fastball at 98 miles per hour.
Kilty has the big hits in his swing, but he has to do it much earlier against Percival than he would against anyone else. You wonder if that wouldn't mess up his timing at the plate. No way do you start that hitch late and still get your bat through the hitting zone against Troy.
Swung on and fouled, back out of play. Told you never has Troy Percival allowed an earned run in his career against the Anaheim Angels. Although you see he has blown 2 saves.
I like the way Percival looks in to get the sign against teams. I always kind of thought maybe he needed glasses. I asked Joe Madden, the bench coach, about that. Does he not see very well? Madden says, no, he sees just fine. You tell me.
Kilty ready. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play.
Tommy, almost every hitter has some type of mechanism to get them to their most favorable hitting position. We've already talked about Erstad in his first at-bat, how he likes to load up and was working on that in BP. Same thing with Tim Salmon before he left the game. Kilty's mechanism is that hitch.
Strike called, and it's strike 3 called, and Kelty disagrees with Mike Everett. Percival leaves 2 on. We go to the 9th, 6-3 Anaheim.
Imagine me and you, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together.
Okay.
All right, you can be St. Louis, and I'll be Detroit. So happy together. Now through Monday at Zales, we're having a diamond sale with savings up to 60% and more throughout the store. Like this 7-carat bracelet, just $7.99, our lowest price ever. Quantities are limited at Zales, the diamond store.
No one spoils me like Mom, but Olive Garden comes close with their never-ending pasta bowl. They make all these delicious homemade sauces, then you pick which ones you want with which pastas. You get all you want, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks for $7.95. Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Hi, I have an apology to make. That's me in the sedan, the one who caused the Gawker slowdown on your way to that client meeting. I'm sorry. I see flashing red lights and I'm riveted. I wish I could make it up to you. Maybe Staples Business Delivery can help. It's easy, fast, and free, leaving the road to those of us who really enjoy it.
Get back time. Go to Staples. Turning raw metal into pure gold isn't easy, unless it's Chevy Truck Month with $500 bonus cash. Use bonus cash with 0% APR on any new 2003 Chevy truck in stock. Or add $500 bonus cash to increase cash back on 2003 Silverado, Avalanche, and Trailblazer. It's a new gold rush on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Stake your claim. $500 bonus cash ends October 31st at your local Chevy dealer.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, baby.
Hey, what are we gonna do when baseball's over?
Something will come up.
Fastlane returns Wednesday, October 30th on Fox.
Troy Percival ends the bottom half of the 8th inning, striking out Kelty. And now on the pitch, it's Mike Jackson. Jackson, another solid season as he misses ball 1 to Benji Molina. Bobby will remain in the game to play right field. He did not like that strike 3 call to end the inning. Popped up short center, late break, and Hunter can still run it down.
Boy, when you're in the 6th grade and you're in your backyard, you say 9th inning, bases loaded, World Series, what are you going to give me? Troy Percival says all gas. See you later. That ball had a nice little tail on it at the end, the kind of pitch that Rick Reed tried to throw all day long and was unsuccessful.
One down for second baseman Adam Kennedy, and Jackson delivers strike 1. Kennedy 0 for 3, did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning and scored a run. That one shot down the left field line. It is a foul ball. What is the most memorable moment in Major League Baseball history? Watch Game 4 of the World Series on Fox to find out. The most memorable moments are presented by MasterCard. Don't miss it.
Tommy, that was the kind of ball down the left field line in this stadium that ends up being an inside the park home run if it's fair. As a left fielder, you have to go try to catch it, but if it gets by you, it bounces around down in the corner, may bounce back towards center field, and Kennedy could run for days. Boy, a ball that hits all the way down in here and then runs up around in his corner and goes that way, you get the left fielder running a mile to try to find it.
Strike 3 called as Jackson comes in through the side door. 2 away in the inning.
Boy, the Crofton veteran, been around 16 years, going back door with a little slider, just nipped the outside edge. There's the dot that they talked about you trying to pick up if you're a hitter. Ball spins in a counterclockwise motion, and the seam spinning around the ball is supposed to make a little dot that you can look at if you're really good.
This Minnesota bullpen has been terrific here tonight. Rick Reed allowed all 6 runs. 4 earned in his 5 1/3 innings. But Santana, Romero, Hawkins, and now Jackson have not allowed a hit until now. Just out of the reach of Rivas, a 2-out single by Eckstein, his 2nd hit of the night.
Rivas gets caught on this ball as he has to take 2 steps the other way to try to catch it because the ball's spinning away from him. He broke to his right, but the ball's spinning to his left, so he had to turn back around to try to make the play. Tough route for him. But it broke to his left on the ball and turned and ran. Probably would have made that play. You have to take into account that the ball's being hit by a right-handed hitter spinning the other way. It's going to slice away from you.
Now Erstad on the outside corner of strike. Darren 1 of 4. The 1 a home run in the opening inning. Back up through the middle into right center field, a base hit. Making a turn, advancing on to third is Eckstein on a single by Erstad. So Anaheim runners on the corners, 2 away here in the 9th inning against Jackson. And Alex Ochoa coming up.
Right fielder Alex Ochoa.
The coordinating producer of Major League Baseball on Fox is Michael Weissman. The producer of tonight's game, Jeff Gowen. And our director, Jim Lynch. Our replay producer, Carol Langley McDermott. The associate director, Larry Lancaster. Our broadcast associate, Kevin Gresser. And thanks to our technical producer, Craig Marlowe. Senior producer of Fox Sports, Bill Brown. And the executive producers at Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Two on, 2 out. Ochoa digging in. Check, swing and a miss. Talked about Mike Jackson, veteran of 16 years. This guy has had a great career.
In his heyday as a closer for a number of teams, Seattle, San Francisco, Cincinnati. Boy, there was none better, maybe outside of Dave Stewart, than that menacing stare that you used to get when he had a nasty fastball to go along with his breaking stuff. Obviously a little bit later in his career, doesn't quite have the fastball that he used to have. But boy, he'd give you that stare down and you knew he had the gas. He had a biting slider. You were afraid.
0-2. Tried that slider, and Ochoa fouls it away. I mean, you're talking about a guy closing in on 1,000 career games and an ERA barely over 3.
Spin of the slider. There's the look. He used to curl that bill of his cap down around his face even more.
What a pickup there by Pierzynski to keep the runner at third. Wow, what a play.
We talked about Molina not getting over earlier in yesterday's ball game. This is a ball thrown so far to the left, there's no way you can get your body in front of it. That's picking and grinning by Pierzynski. That is a tremendous play. Can't teach that. You can't get your body in front of that ball. It was 5 or 6 feet to his right. Made that play like he was backhanding the ball like a third baseman.
Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th at the Dome. Pierzynski, Rivas, Jones due up against Percival. Minnesota down 3.
Obviously, the new Silverado is here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
You were bored, so you thought you'd try some kung fu. Here, it's PCS Vision from Sprint. Lots of popular games on the largest all PCS enhanced nationwide network. So now your phone can do more than ever.
Want to play?
Give me a minute.
Introducing PCS Vision from Sprint. Clearly, a whole new way to look at wireless.
Where did you come from exactly?
I don't have the slightest idea.
The only way to unlock his past
Are you saying that you have amnesia but seem to know everything else?
is to find the clues one crime at a time.
I'd say she's been down here at least 30 years.
Fox Friday, when John Doe investigates a murder 3 decades old.
At the time of her disappearance, she was working for a Stephen Prescott.
The suspect he's chasing
Can you access DMV records that far back?
could be himself.
Care to explain how you stayed looking so young all these years?
The deeper he goes to uncover the truth, the more frightening
This is starting to paint a really ugly picture here.
that truth becomes.
What's happening to me?
Who is John Doe? All new Friday, October 18th on Fox.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Anaheim 3 outs away from then heading back home with this series even at a game apiece. The locals are thinking a different outcome.
This crowd isn't going to send him home without a fight, that's for sure.
Ball 1 away on A.J. Pierzynski. 1 of 3 in the game.
That's where Minkiewicz sits when they need a rally.
2-0.
In Anaheim, they have the rally monkey. In Minnesota, Minkiewicz sits on his bump in the middle of a bunch of chew spit.
2-0 on Pierzynski, and he'll take a strike. Twice this year, Minnesota beat Anaheim in its final at bat. Granted, that was a while ago in May and then again in July. Two and two. Well, should Percival end things here in the 9th inning? For those of you watching along the Fox network, will give you bonus coverage and send you to the conclusion of San Francisco at St. Louis, that game in the bottom of the 8th inning. And for those of you watching on Fox Sports Net, we'll return to regular programming. Ground ball. Eckstein gobbles it up behind the bag. 1 away. These two teams will jump on a plane after the ball game tonight, fly west to Anaheim, work out tomorrow, and game 3 comes your way on Friday right here on Fox. Steve, you and I looking forward to that one. Eric Milton against Jarrett Washburn.
Great pitching matchup in a city that has gotten behind this Angel Ball Club.
Pinch hitter for, pardon me, Steve, it'll be Dustin Moore pinch hitting for Rivas.
Talk a lot about the noise in this stadium here at the Homer Dome, but I know you did a game there in Anaheim. They're in the divisionals. That was wild.
Oh, that was the day they clinched and beat the Yankees in game 4. Man, was it wild. Strike 1 to Moore.
And gave it down after the out, going with a different look at the rally cap.
Well, when it doesn't work, you got to adjust. One and one to Dustin Moore. There's a rally cap. Moore a big cut on a pitch up, fouled it straight back, 1-2. Percival earned saves in games 2 and 3 of the division series, becoming the first Angel pitcher to get 2 saves in the postseason. Fastball up and away, 2-2.
Now Percival's made it very easy on Benji Molina behind the plate. Benji's just had to put one finger down for every pitch. Good old country fastball. Here it comes.
'97 gone swinging is Moore, and Minnesota down to its final out.
Right by you.
It's 6 strikeouts now by the Anaheim bullpen here tonight after fanning 4 over 3 hitless innings last night. Now Jock Jones, 2 down, nobody on. Fastball, strike 1. Boy, this is Percival just saying, here it is, do what you can.
Not a lot you can do against what Percival's got. Tardy.
Although it took a little off something there. It looked like he may have flipped up some kind of slider.
Just turned it over a little bit, sank it away, and not going to do it this time.
97 misses down low. Now Doug turning that cap sideways a little bit. Open for the 2-out rally. Minnesota won game 1, 2-1. Outstanding pitching on both sides. And Anaheim wins game 2 to even this series at 1-1. Steve, we're ready already for Friday night.
And way beyond. This is going to be a great one right to the end.
6-3, Anaheim wins it. Game 3 will come your way on Friday. Eric Milton on the mound for Minnesota. And starting it for Anaheim, Jared Washburn. For more information on tonight's game and the latest information on Major League Baseball, go to foxsports.com. For Steve Lyons and our entire crew, I'm Tom Brenneman saying so long from Minneapolis. In game 1, it was Mays against Napier and the Anaheim bullpen. The Twins came out 2-1 winners. Tonight, Anaheim scored 4 times in the first 2 innings. Built a 6-0 lead after 5 1/2. Minnesota tried to get back in it, scoring 3 in the 6th inning. But then Rodriguez and Percival shut down the Minnesota Twins in a 6-3 win. Jeannie Zalesko and Kevin Kennedy coming up in the Fox Network Center. We'll look forward to seeing you again on Friday night. Angels and the Twins, 1 game apiece in the ALCS.
Cinderella slipper awaits the winner of this magical ALCS. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside the Fox Network Center. Jeannie Zalesko along with Kevin Kennedy. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Game 2 of the ALCS. We will bring you Game 3 from Anaheim Friday night. Those of you watching on the Fox Sports Broadcasting Network, tonight you are headed to St. Louis for bonus coverage of Game 1 of the NLCS. For those of you tuned in to Fox Sports Cable Network, it is either continued post-game coverage or we ask you to enjoy coverage of the best damn sports show, period.